porcelain rank adventurers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I sit here, we'll still die a little bit.
Skinwalker.
Huh? Skinwalker's a cool race. I've thought about putting Skinwalker into the shifter class because thematics.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Just because it gives you a more mechanically sound variant of your claws and bites. I'm gonna go make my meal again.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yes.
Cool.
Always happy.
Play a cat folk named Oni-chan. Let me put something up here just in case. It's the emergency button that Spencer says he wants to play a cat folk named Oni-chan.
Nope.
Whoops. I veto that. Your character walks out of a building and is immediately smashed by a random meteorite.
That's a very precise meteorite.
Not precise, random act of the apocalypse.
As you walked out of the Goblin Slayer fandom convention, you were randomly killed by a rogue meteorite. Please make a new character.
I see what you did there.
I had to fit it into the campaign somehow, Brock. William took his ring off for just a second to wash his hands, and as soon as he did, for all those waiting for the Pathfinder 2nd D character sheet, blah 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 blah.
No.
Who cares?
Somebody does.
It's true.
Somebody.
I'm not one of those people.
I'm just waiting on 6th edition. Introducing
It's almost been long enough.
It's not gonna happen.
Introducing auto
No, probably for a little while.
confirming to Oh,
They're making way too much money with this edition.
turn that. That's got a crack in it. That's oh,
Is it?
yeah, right there along the bottom. Maybe I'm just seeing it in the light. Here.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that is definitely
God
there.
over there.
I was like, dang.
Is that Brandon's Crown Royal cup?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's really a bummer.
that
I
is
don't think
super
it's
not
leaking,
cool.
but I was like, oh.
Yeah, because it didn't make it. It's not all the way through. Really, don't think. Oh no, no, there it is. I can feel it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
I was like, oh. That's unfortunate.
That is super unfortunate.
Oh, let's see. What do I want to be?
Let's see. Let's get a model I can use for William Bumble. And this one for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hour for. They're perfect.
Oh, guys, it's my 3-month sub anniversary.
I hit my 2-month, but not 3.
Boop.
Whoa. What? Freaking weird. A race from another planet?
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
aliens
those exist.
in Pathfinder technically.
What? I'm just looking through the races and like trying to decide what I want to play as.
Oh, what'd you find?
The Triaxians.
Why don't I know that one?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Cause you don't know everything, Austin.
Like
Oh, a lot of stuff.
it's like Triaxians
If I ever
are the dominant
meet
race
someone who
on
knows
the
something
world.
about Pathfinder, Austin's usually the guy I go to.
And the race is one of the things that I go to the most, just to look at them.
Yeah, I was like, what in the world? During the summer years, they're completely hairless with skin that ranges from deep red to coffee-colored charcoal black.
Weird.
Fascinating.
I,
Oh, they might be from the new book.
Oh, maybe. I was like, I'd never heard that. I was like, space aliens? Hold up.
Aliens.
I mean, you know
not
what
me,
though?
I'm not
Like
going.
when it comes down to like the Pathfinder universe, you're like, you got a lot of really, really weird megaliths.
Oh, that's because it's from an adventure path.
Oh.
Pathfinder Adventure Path number 70, The Frozen Stars.
Is that Strange Aeons?
Or Starfinder?
I think that's the one I'm
Someone else?
thinking of. Oh, no, but there's
Well,
a Star-
Starfinder's the set, I think. Unless Starfinder's the... I don't know.
Hoop-de-doop-de-doop-doop.
It's from one of those adventure paths, though. Probably.
Oh, yeah, you cannot play this race.
They ridiculous?
Is that
No,
the
they're just
reason?
an alien.
Yeah, yeah,
They're not on this planet.
yeah. I know. I was like, that's freaking weird.
I mean, they're not on Galarian.
Are we on Galarian?
They don't know.
So fuck one. It was out of this world.
The only thing we know about the world is what's on our map so far.
That's fair.
There's not much.
Yeah, I haven't updated the map because I haven't needed to update the map.
True enough. It's like. All right, halfling it is. That sounds fun.
Sure. So many halflings.
Yeah, halflings.
Yeah!
Whoa, hey, that's a
Were you
half-
halfling or were you a
I'm
gnome?
a halfling.
I thought you were a gnome. Yeah,
No.
halflings.
Poshman's a gnome.
Yeah,
I thought this was a gnome too.
Nope. Halfling.
he's coming back though.
Oh, he will.
Here he came
We
back.
have decided.
We have
Just
to
doing
go-
die guide. I mean, so Mitch can keep playing him.
Nils, no. Cecil's
Jones by
def-
yourself,
like,
Nils.
Yeah, it's like Cecil is the character I'm thinking of, and he's coming back. He's like, so Poshman's back, right? He was first, right?
What?
He needed
No.
to be first, right?
No, he's not back. He's gone.
Why are we not reviving the civilians first?
They are.
Right.
You only got revived because somebody else paid for it.
Good. I mean, I thought that it would have been paid out of my pocket because I was foolish enough to die, but
Unfortunate.
I mean, I had no expectation of this, so believe for me. All right.
Yes, love?
old man.
I am an old man. It's my Friday, and I'm old. My back hurts. I stand for a living.
Where is that?
My job is to stand. I had an actual, like, serious conversation with my coworkers today
Mm-hmm.
of the realization that I'm called a food runner,
But you're a
But
food
my-
stander.
but no, my job is so much more than taking food out, and I just got even more responsibilities.
Yeah, like what?
So we've had a lot of
Picking
problems
windows.
lately with sandwiches being too skimpy and presentation looking like crap. So now I'm supposed to tell seasoned cooks how to do their job. So we have an actual list of things that we need to change. When you cut a sandwich, literally always cut it diagonally, full or half. When it's a full sandwich, you stack one on top of the other a little bit for height. All condiments whatsoever on the side, no exceptions for everything that's not. I guess the one exception is for a Reuben. You can have Thousand Island on it.
Or special request, I'm assuming. Like, I want it on my sandwich. No.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure you can just tell them no.
What do we do for a point buy for this?
20?
I think it was 20. Because it started as 15, and then we bumped it up to 20 after we got class levels.
Yeah.
So 20.
But yeah. I have to be an Expo Plus Look for what my job title should be.
Yeah.
Is Expo. Who happens to get roped into food running.
A running expo, if you will.
Yeah. When I was Expo, I was also the food runner.
Never played Ranger. Sounds fun.
Oh, I had a really strong urge to play Street Fighter while I was at work today. I was listening to The Who, the Mongolian metal band, and they have two different songs called Genghis Khan.
I was like, Who's pretty dope. I like the Who.
I also like the Who, so
Yeah.
it kind of works out.
Like, I never actually listened to the other Who.
I didn't know how the Who was supposed to lead into being a pure fighter. But,
Yes. I was like,
but the Who makes way more sense.
I am confused. We'll leave it at that. Do, 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 do.
That being said, let's look up fighter so I can level up.
Oh, you're not leveled up?
No.
Oh.
Apparently not.
I thought we were just waiting for
You put that
Spencer.
on your
Turns out
story?
we're
I mean,
not.
I'm a fighter, so.
You get bravery.
Austin, we
you get
don't
bravery
have
plus
that
one.
many characters to keep track of. I'm gonna need you to stay on top of things.
He's got a point. This is only technically the 5th campaign we run. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's still getting beat up before me, so we'll be
I
fine.
don't know why my sound is on.
You ruined
Sorry.
everything.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're
I
really
know.
close to the mic.
Like, this was everything?
Ripperoni. Oh,
Did you guys read the Hard Times article I posted?
I don't think I got around to
I
it.
put it in the meet. It's pretty funny. Essentially, both.
I lied.
In the,
You're level 2? Oh, well then we're good. We just gotta wait for Spencer then.
it's like party realizes that in their efforts to create a balanced party comp, they have just created the Critical Roles group.
Oh, okay, I scanned it. Because
Yeah.
I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I've done that.
What is their party comp?
Well, they they have 2 for 1. But it's
Oh,
just
2 for
the
1
idea. The point is like, you take one of their characters and essentially reskin it, and that's your character.
It is a popular thing, therefore, it gets emulated, which isn't a bad thing.
It's not.
It was just like one of those funny things where it's like everybody was just like, "Huh, wait a second." I think the funnier part was that it was getting into the idea of like that they were also role playing their characters the same, so it wasn't
Right.
just like a reskin of like how they built the character.
Yeah. See, I've always, with every character I've done like that, I've done half. I took the mechanics of a character and then reskinned the personality and everything, or I made a character and because I didn't want to come up with a personality or anything, I played that one.
Whatever, like
It's literally fan fiction.
Yeah.
perfect. I'll take it.
That's right. I didn't change my skill. Okay. I was like, why haven't I changed my skill ranks? Oh yeah, we haven't gotten any in a while.
Right. And we're not adding any until you'd have more skill ranks than you had when we gained class levels, so might take some of us a while.
So if I'm a ranged,
William
Ranger.
just got there this
it's
level.
gonna be Dex Wisdom.
Dex, strength, and some wisdom.
Okay.
Because you use wisdom for spells,
As a
but
half
they don't
caster.
have, they only go up to 4th level spells, and they don't really need DCs.
Yeah.
Because they're mostly just out of combat stuff.
You're not gonna want spells that have DCs.
So, you need a 14, basically.
Uh-huh.
By the end. So you got like a 12 wisdom, you're good for a while.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, I thought of like, what class would a Mongolian warrior be? And I was like, well, it has to be fighter.
Yeah.
It has to be fighter. They use too many things. They're very versatile boys.
I feel like he would be a mounted archer.
But also, they fight with melee weapons a lot too.
Yeah, but that's like their bread and butter.
Which just means that you would be a fighter whose first weapon specialization is archers.
Short bow?
And then you would also then get into melee weapons.
Basically.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You shoot people with arrows and then you go, but then I'm gonna stab you with my dagger. Or you do the Hawkeye thing where you take your arrow and stab people with it even though you didn't shoot it.
That's from Kennedy.
Aww. She is a sweet lady. I could hear it. It was annoying. It's gone now.
Okay.
What did you hear?
She heard it wobbling.
Uh-huh. I'll fight you.
Yeah, and I'm okay with this scenario.
Wow. Just stare at him. Maybe it'll make him work faster.
Didn't realize that was what we were waiting on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Obviously.
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 Because Spencer is the most important one, duh.
Right.
Oh.
Spencer's the only one who's been missing from these games.
Yes.
Pretty much.
The 3 times we've met, Spencer's not
always
here.
Spencer. Which is not wrong.
This is just facts.
This is
We're just talking
this-
straight facts.
We're
right
also
now.
playing this
Facts.
game 3 days in a 3 D&D streams in a row.
Oh yeah.
Today,
Really,
Wednesday,
Spencer?
and next Monday.
You with the
Oh, we're
failed
doing it next
class
Monday
by
too?
now.
I'm
Yeah.
going to the Dead South.
Oh.
Oh, and Brandon won't be here.
Was he 2 Mondays in a row?
Yeah, because they have the show next weekend and they have Thanksgiving this week, so they're not practicing on Thursday.
Brandon has way too many extracurriculars.
It's usually just choir.
Well, he has 2.
And this.
Babysitting?
Me babysits.
And babysitting. That's,
That's
3.
3.
Oh, and this, yeah.
Just because it happens here doesn't mean it's not an extracurricular.
Hold up here.
Oh. One Trevillain's here.
Hey.
Welcome to the stream, One Trevillain.
He is
We're
Hey,
just
villain.
waiting for this guy to finish
This
up a
guy.
character. He's probably almost done.
I was gonna say, no, he's not.
I am not.
One
that
can
fast.
hope.
This is like his 6th character he's built.
I'm not that fast at making
Oh, I died. That was quick.
What did you decide on, though? A ranger, you said?
characters. Halfling Ranger.
Yeah.
I'm optimizing my point buy right now.
Okay.
Nice.
So I mean, if you guys want to start,
What if I don't want to start?
you don't have to.
He's got a point.
You don't have to.
I want to start until everyone's ready.
I can appreciate that. I respect it.
As totally not just a ploy to fill out the time.
Been there, done that.
So anyway, One True Villain, you planning on buying a Cybertruck? We're planning on buying a Cybertruck.
Dude,
We
I
are?
want
Wait,
one.
is that the Tesla thing?
Yeah,
I want one.
I
They're
want one.
horribly ugly, but I want one.
No,
Have you watched the video?
Honestly, the
No.
more I've seen it,
Oh, you need to.
the
It's
look
a
is
badass
growing on
truck.
me. I won't lie.
But anyway,
Yeah, because the look is
meantime, Cybertruck
purely for
works.
science.
Perfect.
Which is why I can appreciate it.
So it's not a
It's like,
body
come
on
for your
frame build.
Toyota.
It's an exoskeleton. So for structural integrity, they had to make it a peakish. Because a triangle
And
is
it's
a
very,
shape.
it's very structurally strong and
Have you seen the
aerodynamic.
thing where Elon Musk replied to comments on it? I did this just for the memes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm totally sure that's how that was.
I mean, he said it, so must be true.
But like, if this doesn't make a lot
I
of
feel
money,
like out
how
of
are you going to
All
engineer
the rich
cat
people who would
girls?
say that.
Elon,
He'd probably be
the
the one.
important
That's
things.
I
Elon,
know. Yeah, we talk about
cat
stuff like
girls.
we talk about like stuff like this in my sustainability class, and I have to like restrain myself from being like, but Elon Musk tweeted.
But he said,
Fair. What he said is this thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
If you can quote, we're in a day and age where quotes or tweet quotes mean things.
Yeah, that is a quote of something you have said now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I recommend watching the Cybertruck video. It was super cool. It's so Danny thought it looked fucking stupid. It was a waste of money. It was a joke. And I was like, all right, well, the tri-engine has a 14,000-pound towing capacity with $3,500 load in the bed. It's 0 to 60 is 2.9. It has auto-adjusting airbags on the suspension.
Which is pretty dope.
And then if they're maxed out, it has a 16-inch clearance. Oh, by the way, it's bulletproof, up to a 9mm caliber bullet.
So it's a tactical electric vehicle.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And they have what was it? They said they called it transparent metal windows.
Yeah.
They're not bulletproof
okay.
at all.
Price range?
40,000 to 70,000 for
So
1, 2, or 3.
in the same range as a Humvee.
Yeah.
Or a Hummer, because Humvees are the military version. So okay.
The base model is comparable to a half-ton pickup truck on the market. That's what they wanted to get to.
Okay. Interesting. Well, because that's around the same price range as you would buy like a Chevy Silverado or like a Tundra or something.
But yeah, it looks super cool, and the stats are amazing.
You need a thing.
Go electric, people.
Yeah, 500 miles per charge.
For the
Can it go into
For
the
the
500 miles?
tri-engine?
Just so that it could be the truck that went 1,000 miles.
No,
Wind up at your door.
you need 6 engines apparently.
One more batteries.
I was gonna say, or a second battery.
Which you could fit
In your
in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
Also, they made an ATV, and it charges in the bed.
Nice.
Yeah.
As it conveniently drives up into the
Oh
bed.
yeah, the tailgate pops down and a double-plated ramp
Nice.
can pop out of it. So cool.
Sweet.
I still want the version that has the Russian anti-aircraft cannon in it.
That's available as an aftermarket piece. You
Get
know,
yourself the high-tech technical.
although the windows being as bad as they were was surprising to Elon Musk, I was still very impressed with the windows.
That's true.
They did like a shatter test where they dropped a 2.5 or 3 inch ball bearing. It was pretty sizable from various
10 feet up?
heights. It started at like 3 feet up, and it was like 6. I think it was like 10. And every time it didn't shatter the glass at all. And then he had the guy who hit the door with the sledgehammer a bunch of times. Didn't dent, by the way, because it's 10 times cold rolled steel. That's what they're making the SpaceX rockets out of.
Cool.
I heard about that one first. That he's using steel, and everyone was like, "How the fuck can you afford that?" And he was like, "A smarter rocket. It's supposed to be reusable, so steel." And they're like, "You're crazy." And he's like, "Yeah, but also steel."
You don't have to use as much insulation for re-entry.
He wanted them to. He wanted them to be constantly reusable space buses.
Did you see that when the pressure vessel test failure on the one in Boca Chica? So it's the one that they built as the prototype that they've just been their first steel design. So they were testing the fuel pressure vessels. They overpressured the fuck out of that thing. The top of it got about 12 seconds of hang time. Just and it ruptured everything. It was like zoosh, and then you just see all of the seams start leaking cryogenic fluid. It was great.
Nice.
But yeah, he had the guy is like smash the car guy, huck this giant steel ball at the window, and the window cracked. But the thing I was pointing out to my dad, I was like, the window was still a window. The ball didn't end up in the passenger seat, like if you had thrown a 3-inch steel ball at my window.
Yeah.
If you
So-
threw it hard enough, it'd be outside my car,
Hip
having
robot.
smashed through both windows.
Rangers.
I'd be
'Cause
curious to know
Ranger is 10, so it's gonna be 10,
how it would react if like
20.
it was
and
cracked like
then
that.
Well, 10 plus
one-
six.
Because your windows are
Plus
so
six.
much
Oh,
more
6,
susceptible
okay.
to shattering if they're not
So it's
reinforced
10
on
plus
both sides.
So 16,
I'd be curious to see that.
and then
Yeah,
one
I'm sure the
com,
full specs are going to be out
classes.
soon.
So, what's your con modifier?
1.
So you'll add 2. Just for second level.
Cool.
And
So
then
that's 18.
favorite class bonus.
I'm going with hit points. So
Okay,
it'll be
so 2 more.
2, so 20.
Did you take toughness as a feat?
I haven't done feats yet.
Okay. Well, if you take toughness as a feat,
Then it's
just add
plus
3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're at 20.
Interesting.
But yeah, the truck is really cool.
I can tell. It's okay. I've made all of one character.
Like I don't
And I
feel
had
bad
Austin
about
to
it.
tell me how to
I
do it
just
the entire
am
time.
slow about
Yeah.
it, and
It's okay.
I overlooked the fact that we were doing this.
Toughness is 3 hit points
The
right
only
off the
reason
bat,
I
right?
can make characters
It's-
as fast as
it's
I
always
do
at
is
least
because
3
my
points,
yeah.
original play group switched from system to system to system, like every 2 weeks to a month.
Practice.
So
Oh,
I
we
made
talked
a lot of
about that, yeah.
characters.
That's
And
how
a
when I
lot
played
of
with like
different
Seth
systems.
and Ben down in SAC, that's how we played. It would be like, hey, we played every week, and then like after like 2 or 3 months, you're like, all right, we're bored, or all right, Seth put a challenge in front of us that's not going to be fun to get past. Let's play a new game because we hate this. H2O, my fucking.
That was so dumb. Oh, I wasn't even
Hate
there.
the H2O puzzle.
Water temples, I think, are just universally bad.
It wasn't a water temple. It was just a water
It was
puzzle.
just a puzzle.
Well, water was the
Singular
answer,
puzzle.
and it was really
Oh,
dumb.
that's even better.
Because there was like 8 things that dudes kept popping out of more
There's
every
8
round.
tunnels, and
And there
every
were-
round consecutively one more. So the first round, 1 gargoyle pops out of each tunnel. Then it was 2 out of each, and it was 3 out of each.
But
going
and
on.
above each
That's
tunnel were the
part
letters
that
H
bugs me because the
to
H2O
O.
puzzle in and of
So it's
itself
H
is kind of clever.
to O.
The fact that he decided that
Yeah.
we're gonna keep piling on monsters.
Yeah, there's a plinth in the middle
That's
of the
not even a
circular
good
room.
puzzle.
No.
So there's a plinth in the middle of the
I would've
circular room
rioted.
Okay,
with a little bit of
Huh?
a divot
I
in
would
it.
have rioted.
It has the
Why?
letters
That's a pretty cool puzzle.
H I J
The
K
problem is the
What is it?
stupid.
H I J K L M N O, and then there are 8 tunnels. And as soon as we made our first incorrect guess, 1 gargoyle. But it was if it would have been like one, they triggered every time we chose a wrong answer.
That would have been better.
That would have been fine. But it was every round.
Yeah.
So it
That's
was
dumb.
round 1, 8 gargoyles. Oh, 16 more.
Like,
Oh, 24
Or
more.
even just like
Oh,
set
32
a
more.
real-time timer.
Yeah.
Still
That's
not a
a
very
thing.
good puzzle.
No.
Okay, that was a cool puzzle.
It'd be a fun puzzle if
I
it
like
had
the
been
idea
on
of
a
it.
wrong answer.
But executed better.
yes.
And then he got mad at us because it was in a book of puzzles for children.
Yeah, but that probably didn't have them being attacked by fucking gargoyles.
No,
I
that's
just-
what the whole book's
I
about.
just consigned myself to dying.
These are probably like Swiss children that are like
there's
smarter
a
than the rest of the
haunted book
world.
for children out there. It's like
what I was
they're
told.
guessing the riddles wrong. It's like, oh, gargoyles.
Yep.
But like
It's just
gargoyles from the like
episodes of
TV show.
gargoyles. Just box sets
Not those
of the TV
gargoyles.
show gargoyles.
I loved that TV show.
I barely remember that TV show.
Oh,
I
I think it was
remember
always
that I
dope.
watched it a
Yeah.
lot as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember nothing about it. Zilch. Zero.
They lived on a castle in the middle of like a 22nd century town. That was also the 1960s.
Yeah. Like I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid that I just don't recognize, remember anymore. Like Street Sharks.
22nd century?
It was super fancy, like
I know.
on the.
I don't
Okay,
even
so
know
it
how
was
that's
like
a show.
super advanced.
But I
Yeah.
watched the
Okay.
crap
But
out of
also,
that
when
as
they
a
would
kid.
go beat up people, they looked like 80s and 90s hoodlums.
Hoodlums.
Aren't all hoodlums 80s and 90s characters?
Usually.
Bunch of hoodlums.
No, I think the one that was probably my favorite is back when I used to watch Beetleborgs.
Excuse you?
Nope.
No, not here.
We're very rapidly gonna get into the like that's too old for me section of this conversation.
I mean,
But is it?
it's quite possible.
Heyo!
Oh,
up,
you're
Bob?
not alone.
Hey, it's Bob.
Oh, is it resub time already?
Maybe. I don't
Mine
know.
was
Just
a couple days ago.
Probably. It all depends on when you subbed the first time. So
I don't remember.
I know it's been approximately 3 months since we've been able to do it.
What I can tell.
I don't know.
Well, no, it would have been 2 months
he might
because
be
this is the
onto
beginning of
something.
your 3rd month subbing. So it's a little over 2 months ago.
No, it doesn't sound right.
Wait.
Wait.
No, that is.
Nope, I don't like your math, Brock.
I tier 1 subscribed again, so
Again?
Hooray!
yeah, for the next month. So I should have 2. I don't know why it's not popping up. I feel left out.
Did you press submit again?
I'm subscribed.
Oh, like you actually have to. Well, yeah, I don't know.
It says subscribed with Prime.
Yeah.
Benefits end on December 25th. And 0 emotes. Hey, we should make emotes.
We should.
Oh yeah.
I mean, one of us keeps mentioning that over and over, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I also need to download the...
Any of you guys know?
I need to go
artists?
home.
No.
'Cause I know a couple.
Yeah, you do.
It's like 8
And we need
o'clock.
to-
I
we need to
actually
start
do
talking
know
to
some
them.
artists.
We need to start talking to them about making a cheesy biscuit emote.
Ooh, most important cheesy biscuit.
That's gotta happen.
Yeah.
It became we made cheesy biscuits.
I know you
like,
made
it's
cheesy
a
biscuits.
thing.
I missed the day that you guys were
We
talking
need to do
about
that
it,
again.
and then I missed the day
I'm
that.
fascinated about the weed. though.
Actually, no, I just don't pay attention to you guys that much.
Like, not to be that guy, but
I also need to...
we did consume them.
We did.
I'm going to plug my computer in and also
know,
start
I should.
downloading.
Oh yeah, and alerts.
Cheesy
We should
biscuits.
probably also make some alerts.
'Cause I haven't
and
downloaded
do that
videos.
whole thing.
Oh.
in
I
a
feel
bit.
like we kind of dipped our toes in the water with Streamlabs, and then we kind of stopped.
It's just... it's a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I can hardly keep up. I can't keep up.
it's one of those
with
things where
downloading videos.
if I had a computer, this would probably get done.
That would make it more difficult if you don't have a computer.
But I don't. So
Yeah, you should probably fix
Yo,
that.
me neither.
They're really cool.
A lot of things. I mean, I have this.
Well, I don't think Mitch has a laptop either.
I don't.
Oh,
So you have a laptop
I
at
have a
least.
tablet and a phone.
Is it that free tablet you
Oh,
got?
hello.
No,
You're a
no,
new
that
lady.
one.
I am
that
new
one
lady.
crapped out a while
hi to
ago,
Pup.
actually.
That does not matter actually. Hi, pup.
It would
one.
stop charging.
Yeah, that's fun.
Say hi to Pup.
I waved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's
But-
good enough.
I'm on
Keep
top of
saying
this.
Hi to Pup.
Jeez, Austin.
Wake up, great pup.
Make sure she's not being rude.
Hi,
I'm
pup.
like
See,
only intentionally rude.
Oh, hi Neville.
You're never unintentionally rude.
Oh no, I'm definitely
Unintentionally
unintentionally
all the
rude
time.
all the time.
Okay.
That's
Just want to
I
clarify.
feel like I'm unintentionally rude sometimes, but I'm mostly intentionally
That one.
I feel like
I'm always rude. Usually it's intentional.
if I'm
I'm not always rude
unintentionally
either.
rude,
I'm just-
nobody calls me out on it.
It's usually when I'm being rude, I'm doing it
That's
on purpose.
because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
What? I mean, you're right.
I try
I was thinking of some sort of rebuttal, and I couldn't. Like, I've been here all night
Yeah.
trying to think of something.
what kind of enemies have we been fighting lately? Because I'm trying to choose a favorite enemy.
So far, we've fought like rats, and we've fought
kobolds.
like kobolds
Gargoyles.
and a dragon.
Oh, dragon. Animated object. How the animated object's a favorite enemy?
So this week,
Okay.
Construct is.
since
Oh, good point. I
Brandon
thought
is
we were going
gone
with
on
Construct,
Monday,
yeah.
so that's
The
today,
exact vehicle
and
isn't
I'll
really
be
a thing,
gone
so.
on Wednesday. We're doing 2 sessions of Side Quest Inc. And then I think we're doing another one on next Monday, possibly. But I think we're
Yeah.
gonna be 2 people down.
Yeah.
so
It would be 2
it'll be
people down.
awkward.
So we still could.
I won't be gone terribly long.
Okay.
The Dead South is the only band playing.
I guess I'm just taking
They
my
start at
venture and
7.
I'm just hey. Most favorite enemy?
No.
Dogs.
That's a good one. I say go with that one.
Favorite enemy dogs.
The character will be a fan favorite.
Well, but Snare is running today's
Have you seen
session,
any-
so we might.
Have you seen any dogs?
She's very
I can
anti-hurting
guarantee
puppies.
you,
Oh.
without lying to you, there's no drug. There's gonna be no dogs today.
Wait, no drugs? Damn it.
No drugs either. Well,
There's always drugs.
you have to find the drugs. I'm not just gonna give you guys drugs,
Done.
but there's no dogs. I've made it.
To sniff
Is
those
that because they're all
drugs?
dead?
There's very much gonna be no dogs.
Is that because they're all dead?
It's because they're all dead.
I can neither confirm nor deny the mortality of the dogs.
They fainted.
Oh, we also don't have. Did we get
Faint,
money
take
from
good
the kobolds?
cover.
What about kobolds?
Yeah.
Did we get money?
So,
I'm
funny
just-
enough, the
We got
intention
paid.
was actually for you guys to keep the stuff, and then you gave it back.
So I
And
figured,
I was like,
But was
I-
there? What
I
was the
figured
pay
for-
for?
I
oh, it was
figured
this?
for-
200 each.
I figure for
Okay.
SideQuest Inc. we can kind of keep track, but at the same time, since we're coming in at a new level, and the idea is like between each session we've done more.
Yeah.
It
things.
was good.
Like we
Yeah.
just kind of come back with equivalent level gold each time, so we can come up with like rewards as we go if we want, but they're kind of going to be arbitrary.
Yeah.
So I'm just
'Cause
gonna.
each time we come back,
What kind of
You
bow
keep-
should I use?
Pup, you keep
A,
asking me
a
how to go,
composite longbow.
and I figure you might have learned
As
by
a
now.
half-
That's I
A
just do
composite
that.
short bow.
Cool.
Dang, that's an expensive weapon.
Composite means you get some strength on your damage,
That's cool.
which is why strength is helpful.
That is helpful.
He was like, oh, harder pull string, more damage.
Yeah.
Does it fly further? No.
I thought it did just a little bit.
Oh, I think it's technically like 10 feet
Yeah.
more.
I think you get 10 feet more range.
10 feet is a big difference.
I mean, yeah,
BT
they can get you up to what 40 extra feet from just range increments. You get 10 range.
Oh, you
increments.
get 10 range
So
increments.
it's 100 extra feet, like end.
That's true. You go
potential.
from 1,000 to 1,100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking real world.
Also that, yeah.
Like all 10 feet.
All 10 feet.
All 10.
I mean,
This is only 6 of
it can also be a big deal in Pathfinder. We've had problems where like a square is a big deal.
Let's see.
That's
During
true,
this,
your squares are like
5.
an increment.
yeah, 5 feet. Ooh, I am technically
You know,
5 gold pieces over the limit for second level.
speaking of doing bad things at your stream, by the way, last year I participated in the Hot Wings challenge, and they weren't hot enough. So I think this year we need to find a way to make the wings hotter.
How dare you?
Or do the world's hottest chocolate bar.
What?
That sounds delectable.
Yeah. Though they have the chocolate bar, and it's
No, it sounds great.
about that big.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's about that
Sounds
big.
amazing.
I don't approve.
It's broken
I'm
into
100% down.
I think it's like 9 or 12. I don't think it's very big. The little bitty squares. And yeah,
Dare. I mean, I'm just looking at my skin. It's like, oh. Yeah, that kind of.
Yeah,
How
apparently
dare.
I
Triggered.
did something to make her angry. I don't
Oh,
know
someone
what it
killing
was.
dogs and stuff, you know.
You guys are violent.
bah,
Yeah.
bah.
I mean,
This gonna be me.
It is you. Oh, that, yeah.
Cool. Oh, I have to adjust my. Now that I have gear, I take a minus a lot to using a large size weapon.
that's true.
Do you?
Oh, he wouldn't have to lend me any of the last dab. I have like 3 bottles at home.
Why?
Because it's good on food.
Okay.
A
A dab.
But don't you have to go
Haha.
through 9 other
No, I caught that too.
before you can use it? That just seems like a hassle. Like,
Yeah, well, you know.
that's the part that concerns me. And then you have to explain to everyone as well at the very end about how it's tradition to put a last dab. I mean, it just seems like a hassle. But
It's worth it.
it is worth it. I mean, I feel like I would have to like shave my head.
That is a very important part. I usually play the guest though, so I can have my hair however I want,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I would probably spend a whole lot of time being like,
No, every time I sit down for a meal, I go through 10 things about my life. Like I go through my Instagram
oh,
and explain everything.
yeah.
You too?
You compliment like whoever's there, or if no one's there, the air, just on how good of an interviewer they are.
Oh, absolutely,
You
yeah.
know, like
Every time.
these are good questions. I really appreciate
It's
that.
fantastic questions.
You know, I normally don't like doing interviews, but
Archie just looks so confused.
like, whoa, how did you know?
I did the
my
thing where I
favorite band-
stopped listening, and then I started listening again, and then I got confused, and then my brain broke.
It's like, how did you know what my favorite band in middle school was?
Because it was the best band, duh. Was it? What was
The
your favorite
All
band?
American Rejects.
I mean, they were great.
They were pretty great.
But also, have you heard this band called My Chemical Romance? I hear they're pretty cool.
MCR.
She has.
Yeah.
But like, who?
Or she just knows how to spell My Chemical and Romance and put the first letters of each word
That one.
and get it. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
Either she listens to them.
You ever heard of FOB?
forward operating base.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm into BDSM.
Front of business.
Big dinners and sumptuous meals. How about you?
Hey.
How's it going, Spencer?
Is it character done?
We're currently in the part that I hate the most, which is gear.
Oh, you have a masterwork weapon and armor.
Composite bow and some masterwork armor.
You don't have
Good.
enough money to buy magical stuff.
You have $1,000, so it's masterwork, whatever armor you can do, masterwork ranged weapon, masterwork melee weapon. You're done.
Basically.
Cool. Should I go for a melee weapon?
Okay, I need to actually
Yeah,
go home
just
now.
grab like a longsword or something. Call it good.
So I will
Long
be
swords of king.
leaving
Short sword?
For real though?
for
Long.
real though, like actually for real
Well, you
though
have
this
a
time.
small
I,
size
I
longsword.
guess that's okay.
It just
Thank
says
you for
a
your
D6
permission.
damage
You're
instead of
welcome.
D8. That's all going
It's
from
what
a
I'm here
big to a
for.
small weapon. Dice. It's just
And the masterwork still gets like a +1 to it?
yeah.
Yeah, attack rolls.
Cool.
But
To specifically attack rolls.
It's
Oh,
a puddle.
you're such a
Oh,
good
okay.
puddle cat.
Pud cat, I love you,
Puddle cat.
and all that.
Oh, she just like goes with whatever like that.
Mm-hmm. She was raised
Until
the right way.
she decides she doesn't want to, which doesn't happen very often. But when
It
she
usually
does,
takes a little while before she gets there.
Armor.
So what's your dex modifier?
Then, Bye.
Currently,
awkwardly
Dex
in the
modifier.
frame.
goodbye.
Kiss the cat.
bye, Margie.
My friend does.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
2.
Your dex modifier?
I can put
Yeah,
together.
it's weird.
Right pudding.
Let's see here. Because I went so that I've got a... I don't necessarily need my strength modifier that high. 'Cause I'm
What's
fighting
your
the...
strength modifier right now?
Right now it's 2. But I had
With
to fight...
the -2?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need your strength modifier that
Okay.
high.
So we've
Your
got-
dex is more important.
Okay.
Dex is way more important. Hitting
Because dex is
things-
hitting people before
Yeah,
damage.
Dex is hitting people. That's very important.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and bring that up. That still brings me to 3.
So
Let's
is
see,
that
what can I
with
drop
your
some?
racial it's a +3?
Yes. So, probably don't necessarily need intelligence.
Not really.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go freshen this up real quick.
Good luck.
Do it.
Buzz, buzz. Oh, bye.
Oh, I think she was just saying bye to.
Bye.
Okay. I guess we can tell Pup to leave too. I'm okay
No.
with this.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa!
Apparently, Snare wants you to leave, by the way. Oh, if
Well, it's
someone
not about
else
me
is there.
wanting to leave, or me wanting her to leave. I just said it's okay.
So, should I just have like a +1 wisdom modifier?
Wisdom? Yeah.
That's fine.
Cool. This is fine.
So we have our Side Game Quest Inc., which is basically what we do when we don't have everyone here. So we're playing it as I know what I'm not. Oh no, Snare doesn't want you here. That doesn't mean we don't.
That's not what I said.
He's a jerk. Don't worry about him.
Yes, there.
Don't worry, he's a dick. We know.
No. So
I mean, it's. I don't know. We're gonna find out once I actually have my character built.
So we're basically playing it as like a RPG guild style. What's your villain still here? Oh, that's great. As like a RPG guild style with like a guild hall, so we're part of like a guild, and we keep picking up like missions off of a quest board. So each time we played it, we just picked up a new quest. So like last time I ran it, and it basically ended up fighting a bunch of kobolds with a vehicle. They dressed up as a dragon.
What kind of armor should I use?
What's your dex modifier?
This modifier is now 4.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
Cool.
Masterwork chain shirt.
Update all these.
Wait, is one true villain part of the
Well, no, that's just eyeballs.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought he was like implying something with that, and I got worried.
I mean, even if he's part of the Illuminati, it's only that group even matters anymore.
They don't matter anymore.
No, it's all about the shadow government.
Bilderberg group. Those kind of fuckers.
Bilderberg. The Illuminati is just like the pop culture version that they kind of shove everybody towards so that you don't go look at the real problem. The point is, if the public knows about an entity, it's not real.
And I can do
Yeah.
and I can do a masterwork changer.
Yeah, you can do masterwork. You can have masterwork armor, masterwork melee weapon, masterwork ranged weapon to be set.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's just gonna be a 1/8 to the AC.
No, it
No.
adds one less
-1 on armor check penalty.
Yep.
But they are prerequisites to having magical armor.
Perfect. 4 and 1.
Now it's out of clay.
Happy Hana Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah. I mean, it is kind of like Monster of the Week.
Similar.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you accuse us of that? Do we seem like the types that would be that formulaic?
I mean, we definitely didn't steal it from Monster of the Week. We stole it from a TV show. But we
Well,
stole it.
A lot of TV shows.
Yes.
That happened to do Monster of the Week.
No.
Well,
See you
go have
soon.
some delicious food.
Maybe when you get back,
You
I'll
have
a
to
character.
supervise in order for that to happen.
Huh?
It's like when you get back, maybe I'll have a character.
Okay,
I
so
will have
guys,
a kid.
as soon as she's gone, the dogs come out. We're
Okay.
rolling this shit. But until then, yeah, no dogs.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, clean up the streets of those filthy mutts by any means necessary.
It was all non-lethal damage. We're trying to catch them and spay.
Oh,
We're spaying and neutering. That
Was that the plan?
that was the plan.
you forgot to put the boxing gloves on your arrows.
I mean, I have an axe bigger than you. So,
There is that. I
there
hit
a
them
picture?
with the flat of my axe.
Well-
So they're pancakes now instead of cloven in twain.
Much better.
I guess dog cakes sound good too.
Howder.
How
Or is it
Dre?
I think it's Howdre.
How Dre?
How?
How
What
Dre?
is, guys, what is Howdre? I don't...
No, it's
Oh.
Ho Dre.
Howdre.
Howdre.
Oh, Dre.
Using magical words. I think we've been hexed.
Is this like Latin?
Probably.
I tattooed it on myself because it's Italian. I think you meant Latin. You're like,
I mean, if it's Italian, that would be one thing.
How dare?
Oh, Dre.
So for reference, Spencer, there's a normal sized one of the butchering axes is next to a half orc,
this big.
And
He's got a bigger
and then
ones.
mine's bigger.
He's bigger. Wait, so it's one giant him and a bunch of halflings.
Yeah, it
That's
literally
great.
is.
I like it.
Oh my gosh, I wish that was on
Like,
purpose.
I didn't even know that. And I was like,
Plus-
that sounds perfect.
Someone else.
It's a butcher and his cutlets.
Yeah, I've got a burb.
That's cool.
No,
Someone else
I'm
also
stealing
has a
from my own campaign. It's butcher
You
and
also
his
have a burb?
cutlets.
No, the other person behind
Giant
has a bird.
cutlets.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
I had a villainous NPC who was named Butcher because he used a butchering axe and liked to cut people up into pieces. But his gang was a gang of strictly halflings. They were all rogues, and they were his cutlets.
Okay. So I think we've at least gotten to a point where
Yes.
we can start.
Yes.
Da.
Alright. So, we left off last time. We had successfully finished off our quest to slay the dragon.
Yes.
After
Yes.
finding out that the dragon was actually just a fancy wagon run by a kobold sorcerer,
Named
which
Pholus.
our fighter now has as a pet.
He is a
Yeah.
good boy.
Who's that part?
Also, season 4 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow is all about rescuing magical creatures and then trying to understand them because they're not actually monsters, they're just misunderstood. So, got a lot of fuel burning right now for little Pholus.
gosh.
He just needs someone to love him.
So us is having a good time.
That was approximately 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Since then, you've taken on a couple more quests, none necessarily as exciting sounding as that one,
yeah, it was a bit.
but
Did much.
enough that you guys have gained some experience, earned a little bit of gold to get you guys started, and upgraded your gear.
Heck yeah.
And as you come in as you do every day nowadays, to go check the board. You find, again, similarly to our Dragon Quest, that the board is more or less empty. Except for one left on the board.
Gotta pay rent. We'll take this one.
You also notice that your Elven Slayer friend, who has been with you up till this point, even since you got here, nowhere to be found.
Oh. She's probably frolicking in the forest.
God is choking.
If you can make God bleed.
If
Wait.
it can bleed.
Do you bleed from coughing?
We could
you
kill
should
it.
get that checked out. You're not supposed to
Tuberculosis.
bleed.
Oh no! No, whoosh! You have several diseases.
I mean, contagion.
This is a thing that can happen.
Oh, I saw a really messed up story on TikTok where he took apple seeds and made cyanide and then put it in a water supply, and I was like, why?
Yeah, why?
My favorite
Sounds like
TikTok that I've
a lot
seen
of work.
recently was the guy who was like,
In a D&D game.
He's
And I'm
like,
like, but no.
hey, look, the cops come by. I'm going to let you throw something and all. He's like, goes, you throw something on the street, and the cops just start turning the lights on. He's like, oh shit! I was like, it's like, let's see what happens. It's like,
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Have you seen some of the fallouts of the fake bomb pranks?
The fake what
Oh.
pranks?
Bomb.
Oh.
They are still. One guy got charged with domestic terrorism because he was doing something specifically to spread terror and fear.
yeah, do it.
Just because it was
right.
a prank and it was a harmless act does not mean it is not domestic terrorism. Because
Yep.
you were doing an act to specifically spread terror. Because people would freak the fuck out.
I would too.
Oh, I'm counting wrong.
Okay. The quest in particular reads new settlement beside nearby swamp having monster troubles. We have requested 5 adventuring individuals to come and clear the area so that we can continue to build. Reward is 500 gold pieces a head.
We need more heads.
Is that a head we bring back, like the monsters we kill? Or.
We need more heads.
You're right.
Attached to shoulders with the heart of a warrior. Who will register with this guild.
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose that'd probably help.
Does slap count?
Eh.
Oh,
No. Does Flap have his own badge?
no.
Well, I mean, I guess we can go take this in and see if anyone's
Might as well.
around. Yeah.
Neville. Neville, you gonna come fight monsters with us? We need a 5th person.
No, he just rolled over and asked him to scratch his belly.
Actually, he's probably running away. He's kind of a scaredy cat.
So you walk up to what is essentially the front desk,
Yeah.
and you see.
Talk to the nice lady.
Yep. It's like, oh, well, good morning, friends. You guys have a quest you'd like to take up?
That
Yes.
Okay, this one. That works. Okay. You guys are going to need 2 more folks.
Yep.
And as she says that, 2 people walk in the door. You see...
Never mind.
Describe your character.
Well, I take it that the other guy's probably taller. So you see the
He
other
is
guy
taller.
first,
Yes.
and then you pan, the
so,
camera
yeah.
pans down.
So I guess...
And there's just whoop.
So first strides in strapping lad, about 6 foot, long blonde hair, green eyes, but he looks almost like angelic.
Pretty boy.
Yeah. And he kind of comes
Right,
like
haircut.
almost walking / bouncing in, wearing like fully armored with chainmail and a shield. He has a long sword strapped to his back, and perched on his shoulder is a small little thrush.
More burps.
And as he kind of walks out through the doorway, you also see the smaller statured individual who came with him.
Mm-hmm. So you see a halfling comes in. He looks rather disheveled. Definitely hasn't done his hair this morning. He's got some sort of a kind of like one of those budding grasses just kind of between his teeth, sort of like farmerly. And you can tell that he's as he's playing with it, it's actually like perched between the gap where he's missing a tooth. And he's just sort of like absent-mindedly like playing around it while he sort of hums to himself. His clothes are also disheveled and show the wear of the road, but you can tell that his bow is very well maintained. So he cares about his gear, just not necessarily how he looks.
Hey, pretty lady, we'll take pretty boy and the hobo. You guys want to make $500
Well,
bucks?
that's perfect. You guys should know each other from the introductions, because you guys were all in the same group. Although you guys got sectioned off into parties rather quickly.
Nani?
So it started out.
Oh yeah, you were here for that.
So there were like
Careful.
approximately like 16 people who came to join the guild at about the same time.
Nice.
And what happened is that while they were trying to decide where we would fit best, like what our kind of skills are and whatnot, first they tested us each individually to see what our combat prowess was like, and then based off of that, they kind of separated us into 4 separate and distinct parties,
Okay.
quote unquote.
I like it.
More or less since then, those parties have kind of stuck. However, as of today, 2 of your guys' parties, 2 of your party members ended up getting tagged along on a different quest. So you and your paladin friend Pavel, son of Tema, are in need of work. And so as soon as you were both asked, Pavel goes, "Ha! See? I knew it would be easy. You fellows are in need of..."
I looked up a Monster Hunter picture. Appropriately sized.
Did you say that you are all in need of a little bit of help on your next expedition?
As he put it, more heads.
The paper says 5 heads. We are 3.
Yes. Yes, it does. And luckily for you 3, we each have a head.
Also, lucky for you.
I suppose you're right.
Are there people without heads? Would they just be dead?
You know, I
What
haven't
happens
looked
when you
into that too much.
chop
I
someone's
feel,
head off?
I feel that those
They die.
wouldn't
There's a
those
chop his head off before.
lived
Oh.
without their heads
I
attached
haven't either.
be the type of things that we would hunt.
I just got this bad boy.
You've got a good point. I knew I kept you around for something.
It sure wasn't my looks.
I thought you felt sorry for a little hobo.
I feel sorry for me some days too.
Oh.
Mostly when I try to reach tall things.
Listen,
But that's why I keep him around.
as long as one is noble of heart and willing to help out a friend, who cares what they look like? Am I right?
And I can spit through this tooth. He demonstrates as he just like, I imagine there's just like a little like dandelion off like that's budded and he just like snipes it off. Just,
It really came in handy when we had to distract those goblins.
it did. You know, inspiration strikes at strange times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're still heads.
Yeah.
To the swamp.
Okay.
Let's go fly. Wait, this is going. Okay. Just like it's up. It's about waist high.
Oh, I have a bird I'll be on. You have fun with that. Oh, the bird would fly.
I'm swimming.
Oh.
I'm walking like a normal person. Like, how short are you all?
I am 3'3".
Right now I'm 210.
3'3",
I think I'm
2'10",
3'1".
3'1".
And
Oh, I'm
also
also
6'2".
Okay.
You're like what, 6'10"? At
6'8".
least 6'8".
I'm gonna make myself taller, but I'm not a grown up yet.
Fair.
I figure I'll go up an inch or two as we level, as the years go by.
Okay. So in order to go and so the quest in this and she starts speaking in this weird fish language. No.
I like when this guy started coughing.
The aboleths are here.
And
Oh no!
you see William put his ring back on his finger.
I say we run. Diabolus are here.
As we fight.
Oh no, it should be fine now. Sorry, I was just itchy. So for this quest in particular, you're gonna want to go down the main road about. It's probably gonna be a day's travel. There's a new-ish lord who is establishing a town of his own out in the out by the swamp. Not like I'm sure he's not particularly happy with the land he's been given, but you know, a lordship is a lordship.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't ask questions.
Till your castle falls in the swamp.
Well, luckily he's not building in the swamp, just next to the swamp.
Suppose your castle falls in the swamp, you build a castle on top of that.
That's true. And then just every time you lose a castle, you just got to build a new castle right on top of it.
Yeah, eventually you find the bottom.
Eventually.
And you get all of the standard racial traits, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just make sure that.
All the standard ones you get, unless you want to switch it out for some special ones.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hi, Luna. There you go. Vitali. Maiden. What was it? Louisville, Kentucky.
So you mean Vitali?
Vitali in Louisville, Kentucky.
This is made by my friend Vitali, and that is some potent stuff, let me tell you.
It's really not. It's at least 40%.
Vitali's kind of a pussy.
So,
Vitali is what I drink from my day off.
Wait, what do you drink when it's not your day off?
Uncle Chuck Shine.
Okay.
Through the day.
Need something smooth that helps me deal with the bull.
Uh-oh, shit. That didn't fucking
nope.
Nice job.
Well, that didn't work.
How would you just shut up fish character?
Okay. So you are all given enough rations to get yourselves there and back.
A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins.
We don't have a card, do we? So we'd have to be given a card if we wanted to take one, or like horses. That's true.
They're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
You should have like just a regular non-combat trained horse and buggy.
Yeah.
We call it the party bus.
Well, I mean.
We call it not walking.
Yeah.
You guys,
because you could probably walk there and get there in a couple of days, or you could ride horses or a horse and a cart and get there in like a day.
Tormund Giantsbane, son of Tormund Giantsbane, greatly appreciates that all of his companions are short-legged. It means he can walk real slow.
I mean, not all of your companions today, my friend.
Yeah, enough.
And you're off.
He's just like,
Just get back on.
We're like,
Yeah, I'm wearing medium armor. I walk as slow as you guys now.
So, yeah.
I appreciate not having to run.
Yeah.
I
So,
see.
6'8" for now.
yeah, the big guys are actually slowing us down. I got a speed of 30.
I have a speed of 20.
Doesn't matter. We're in a cart, so
Yeah.
Now we're at a speed of 50.
Go,
which
Hoosies,
is
go.
way better.
Way better.
So the trip out there is pretty uneventful. Weather's pretty mild, and nothing messes with you on your way there. So the next day, as you guys are coming up on where the settlement should be, you find that building has been Probably not as much as you'd expect. Like, there are a couple of buildings up. There are a lot of workers out there currently, like making, putting up buildings as you guys walk in, and you are actually stopped by a couple of young boys in like rugged-looking armor and some really messed up swords.
Cool.
Like, hey, who are you? And what is your business? State it.
We're here to answer your quest.
Oh. Grandma whispers, like, is there supposed to be some sort of quest? It's like, fuck, I don't know, but, like, they seem kind of formal. Like, should we... Show us the paperwork.
Did you get the paper?
Wait, did we bring it with us?
Yeah, that way it's on
You're
the
supposed
board.
to bring it with you, yeah.
I mean, I have it, but like, kind of don't wanna.
Oh. Well, it's not like I can make you.
I'm gonna look down and be like, or what?
Or
No.
we have
Yeah.
to stop you?
Oh, that's funny.
All right, you guys go first. I want to watch.
Okay, I just keep walking. With my burp.
Like they don't like actually do anything. They kind of just like watch you walk past, their swords drawn and pointed at you,
I wave.
but they don't move.
I'm gonna reach
My
up
burp wings fell
and
asleep.
pat one on the back and show him the paperwork.
He jumps. Like, ah!
There, son.
Oh, Wolf. If you had this, why didn't you just show us from the beginning?
Because this was funny.
Like this. Why did we agree to do this, Johnny?
I believe in you. One day you'll grow up big and strong.
Didn't help the last guys.
Mind you, I don't know how old these kids are, but like, I'm not old.
No,
Like-
you're not.
15, 16.
16.
Okay, son.
Fucking 6'8", 16-year-old. Goddamn.
I weigh 245 pounds.
He was a
Am I fine?
He was a football star.
Would be.
Alright. Well, after that encounter,
Poor kids.
most of the people don't give you, like, pay you too much mind. Most of them are busy. The ones that do kind of give you a slight nod and continue back on their work. Until eventually you find a man sat atop a horse wearing fantastically elaborate sets of clothing. The horse is decorated very finely
Pretty nice.
with light, intricate barding.
Now, how are you supposed to sneak up on someone that gaudy?
Why are you sneaking up
And
on
He said golly.
he's just the man is just kind
Why
of
would you?
you find him issuing orders. It's like, you there, that building needs to be finished next, say by tomorrow morning. You better hustle it up. I need this whole station set up in like the next couple of weeks.
all of it?
We've been having all these issues, and I'm not gonna have you guys slacking off.
Ooh. Tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, you tell him.
He looks
Excuse me.
down, snatches the paperwork from your hand. He goes, "Ch-ch-ch." Ah. So I see that you
guy's
all
real
are
fancy.
the
guy's
adventurers
fancy.
I'd signed up for. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Uh,
We are great
gotta-
and mighty adventurers.
Well, fantastic. I
Real
do
fancy.
hope that the travel was easy.
Yeah.
Fantastic again.
Seating
So
is
I
easy.
suppose you're going to want details.
Yeah.
It was very
Boring,
nondescript. Didn't have a whole lot of time to be writing anything in particular. So basically, the situation is as this. We have been settling here for the past month, and we've been having a really hard time getting things to stay up. Every
should
once in a
hire a
while,
Swamp.
we'll wake up in the morning, and buildings that we had just put together the day before are fallen onto the ground, destroyed. We have no idea who's doing it. But there
bed
have been
tracks.
sightings out in the swamp where we've been collecting materials of large, some say a very large beast.
Not in my swamp. So we do
So
a stakeout.
we have just been calling it the monster.
We kind of walk it. We start walking, and something just here. Run!
Well, we killed a dragon the other day.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago. So what's a monster?
Oh,
Yeah.
so you were the ones who destroyed the monster, says Pavel. It's like, really? You guys slayed the dragon? How
Yeah.
was that quest?
It was fun.
Because
Yeah.
none of my companions really wanted to touch it
Yeah.
with a 10-foot pole. I was rather excited to take it.
Folus,
I mean,
meet Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy, meet Folus.
What does the kobold have to do with it? I guess that has to do with dragons.
Dragonfire. And this little
Huh.
guy right here. Wait, easy.
so you kept a you kept a pet.
His name is Folus.
Hi, Folus. Nice to meet you.
He's gonna learn
He
to be a
stares
good
at you,
boy. He's got a solid metal collar that goes to a chain link that is attached to my waist. There is no locking mechanism. It's on forever.
Mal just kind of like reaches through his thing. He's like, "Can I?" He's like, pulled out like a piece of jerky.
Be good boy. If you lose a finger, it's not on me.
Fair enough. He's just like, sort of sets it in. Yes, sir.
Oh.
Mal's just like, were there any tracks around the buildings after they fell down?
I mean, it is quite possible.
Did you check?
I want to
Well,
do a
you
stakeout.
see, young, no, not
Steak is
young,
good.
small lad.
Watching's also good.
I'll accept that.
They have a lot of people walking around town during construction.
True enough.
We don't really have any trackers who have decided to settle here.
Our tracker disappeared.
I think.
Oh, you track? Oh, well, that's good.
I got you, friends.
Okay, well, that's convenient. Ours disappeared.
As a ranger, I would hope that
Did
I
you
was
misplace
capable-
her?
No, like I said, she's probably off frolicking through the forest like elves do.
Perhaps
Oh,
it
She's
was
okay.
picking flowers and then mashing them into a crown.
Oh, there was some like wolf in the forest that she knew, wasn't there?
There's more than one. Yeah, there was though. There's more than
She
one
was
forest.
scared
though.
of that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
well,
good point.
I don't think she was particularly friendly with that wolf.
Maybe she went to kill it.
Ooh.
We did kill a
It
dragon.
also didn't
Ooh,
seem
that's a
like
good
she
point.
was very interested in doing that either last time we had that conversation, unless I'm not understanding what she said correctly.
Ah, maybe she grew a pair.
I don't.
Now you're thinking about it.
Or maybe it's her time of the month.
Ooh, she's on the cloth. What? Didn't your parents teach you about this? Bodily hygiene is very important.
Agreed.
That's why I wash twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice
Yeah.
even? Wow.
Dad
Impressive.
taught me that it helps you from being sick.
That it does.
Yeah.
That it does. It pays very well to be clean.
You get paid for being clean?
Well, not
I've
in,
never
like, you don't
paid-
get
Not
money.
monetarily.
Oh.
That's
but,
a
like-
big word for you. I'm proud.
Yeah, I picked it up when we were in school.
You were in school?
Yeah, training.
He also uses it to
Let's
refer
go.
to organize. He also uses it to refer to organized
William
religion,
kind of-
so we're not sure that he understands how it works.
As
Or
you
maybe
said the
he
word
really
school,
actually does
William kind of
understand how
shudders
it
a little
works.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing we went to. We learned stuff.
I
That's
think
school,
it's
right?
best we don't speak of schools anymore. So, more about this monster.
What if monsters went to school?
Whoa! They're smart monsters.
That'd be fun to fight.
Let's fight smart monsters. You guys
My-
have smart monsters?
Well, I don't
You
know.
guys are very interesting.
Coming
bunch.
soon, My Monster Academia.
Down.
I'm in.
You jest, sire. But I would play.
I would totally play that. Anyway, so yes, well, we do imagine that whatever this monster is, probably stays out in the swamp until he decides to show up.
That's my swamp.
So then, we wait at nighttime. And then we wait for him to break a building, and we kick his butt.
Yeah. Can we kick his butt before he breaks the building?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
we
sleep too
don't-
good at night.
we don't want to get
Oh,
the
that's
wrong
true.
monster.
Mm-hmm.
Not all monsters knock over buildings.
Yeah.
And we
Ferris here would have a really hard time knocking over a building.
You would. Yeah,
He probably set one on fire, huh? You good fire starter, make a fire.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you manage to grab any other monsters while you're in the swamp, I'm sure we can scrape together a little bit of bonus.
More monsters!
Ferris, you might have friends soon.
I appreciate.
I just picture now Oz's character just walking with like instead of like dogs, like some would do, he has like 10 different monsters chained to his waist
They start
behind
sending
him.
people just like, poof, poof, poof. Behave.
Behave. Hey, that's not yours. There you go. Be nice now. There you
Well, unless there's anything more you need from me, you are free to set up camp anywhere around here that you feel is necessary. We do have some supplies. If you just want to speak with the quartermaster, and he kind of points off to a man that's looking through like a couple of sacks. It looks like he's doing.
Do you have a
probably
half
inventory.
master?
What in the world is a half master?
Because you're a half man.
Oh, because he said quartermaster, so is there a half master? Is he the full master? Are you the full master?
Quartermaster's a title, dummy. It's not like they're quarterlings running around. Wait.
Other halflings thought it was funny.
Yeah, but neither of the two that are with you laughed.
Nope.
So.
William did not laugh.
Oh, do you have any fishermen? I've heard there's a type of fishing where you use your fingers.
Oh, noodling.
You wiggle them, and then fish come and you grab them.
You gotta stick your hand in a hole first, though.
Do you have any holes? I wish
Well,
to stick my hand in.
Hopefully
have
not the ones on his
plenty
person. I
of-
don't think. There's any, I don't believe there's any fish in there.
To the swamp.
No, there's definitely not any fish in my personal holes. And any holes you do find in this area are probably not going to be very fish laden, as the nearest creek or river is probably a good half day's ride.
Fascinating.
Maybe we find a monster fish.
I suppose you could try and find something in the swamp water, but I don't know how much actually survives in swamp water.
Your monster does. It's got to eat something.
Nom nom nom.
Rolls
I
up
suppose
sleeve.
it has
Let's go
you
find
have a
out.
point.
Oh, that's dope.
What are you doing?
I was just reading through the, double checking the stuff that I had and make sure I had all the feats and stuff. And then I just realized that the combat style gives me all of the stuff on a line instead of just choosing.
No, you
one.
choose one.
Are you choosing one?
Yeah.
But you don't have to meet the prerequisites for it.
Correct.
That's the fancy part about Rangers. So Ranger is the only class you can go into 2-up and fighting without being dex based, because they're dirty like that.
Okay, so with the archery, I still only get to choose.
You
Precise
choose
shot.
one,
Okay,
but you don't have to meet any prerequisites for any of the feats that
that's
you're
nice.
going
So
through.
I get the precise shot without needing point blank.
Yes,
Sweet.
which is
Which is still really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Like I don't have like that was the thing. I was like, oh, point blank, precise shot, obviously, because
Yeah, precise shot.
I have friends.
Right.
Friends are
Point blank
helpful.
shot is still kind of cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
still
it's
plus
super.
one. It's still
Yeah.
a one.
Yeah.
Which, especially at early levels, is super relevant.
I mean, you end up paying thousands and thousands of dollars to take your weapon from a 4 to a 5. So
Yeah.
it's the equivalent of getting one feat.
Yes.
Yeah, the little numbers add up. They definitely do. Oh,
So-
that reminds me, I have to make addition and subtraction tables. So people in my Saturday group have a hard time doing addition and subtraction.
Oh.
They're just that out of practice. No one's done much math since high school, so doing it quickly
Fair.
is a problem. And I had 2 of them say like, "Yeah, we'd be down for like practice sheets to get quicker at it."
Fair enough.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm down down to hell. I'm like, I haven't stopped doing addition and subtraction. Like we played D&D since
we graduated
That's true.
in quick maths.
Yep.
Quick math.
It's hard watching someone roll like 66 and you're like, all right, it's this, and they're like, and I'm like, no, I just looked at the numbers, I counted. You do that already?
Oh boy.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, let's speed it up, kids. So yes, I'm gonna go try and spend the rest of the day, because if this monster attacked at night, sticking my hand in holes in the swamp and seeing what happens.
And wiggling your fingers
Sure.
around.
Yeah, see if I can catch any fishies. I heard you do it in swamps. We're in a swamp.
I'm not gonna try that. That sounds like a bad idea.
It sounds cheap because a fishing pole costs money
Go
and
ahead
bait
and
costs
make
money.
me a survival check there, Austin.
What did the die say?
Add
6.
6.
I think the answer's 6. 7.
Wisdom.
You go out there. You don't manage to like catch anything, but you've spent a significant amount of time with your hand down muddy holes.
Malice interest. He's gonna try it too.
Sure, go ahead
First
and
up.
roll a survival check.
Well, he wants to make a perception check to see if he can find a better place that looks better.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, that's all goes into your survival check.
Oh, okay,
is Trying to go
Yeah.
find a place like this.
Cool. What do we got?
You rolled an 8.
8. That's 9.
You
Oh.
look over at
Side note.
Tormund.
Survival is how you track things,
Yes.
if you
so
wanted to
not
track.
perception.
not perception.
No, it'd be.
You'll
survival.
also want perception.
So you will want perception.
Let's see.
But survival is how you track.
So if I only bring this up because you specified trying to look for tracks and tracks.
Yes. that
So-
is
Perception
important.
could help you find tracks. That is the thing.
So
but
perception
then
will be able to be like,
following them?
hey, those don't look like shoes,
Right.
and then following them
Is a
amongst
survival
all the
check.
shoe prints turns into survival.
Okay.
So you're gonna want survival then.
Perfect.
And yeah,
But yeah, as it stands though,
In that
we'll set it
case.
as it was for this roll. You got a 9.
Cool.
You look over at Tormund and you scoff. You're like, ha! This is what you do when you find the first hole. Then you walk like 10 feet over and find the next hole.
well, obviously you chose the first one you found. That was that.
And you also spend a significant amount of your day with your hand stuck in a muddy hole
Perfect.
to know of it.
Can I roll again for the rest of my day? I'm determined.
I ain't doing better, but I'm like, after a little while, I'm like, okay, curious. I got 11. I don't get it. This is dumb. No!
William is just gonna like keep an eye on you guys, shaking his head the whole time. Like,
Shaking his head.
this doesn't. Why are you? Like I feel like
18 to spend the rest of my day noodling.
Doodling. Also, as we're doing this, Mouse can be like, you know, we're in water. This counts as a bath.
But
I mean,
there's no soap.
It smells kind of bad.
You use soap?
He doesn't use soap.
Soap's expensive.
Okay.
Water suffices.
Okay.
Nope. No.
Hello.
I mean, it costs more than just water.
That's not saying much, but yes.
Infinitely more.
yeah, and then once you get rich enough, you just forgo the whole thing, all of that, and you just buy perfume. Because why bother, fucking showering or bathing when you could just smell nice?
I mean, I want to tell you stop, but like you're accurate to his history. But also, in this world, we press digitation.
That's also true, but only those with magic capabilities can do that. So yeah, you guys spend enough of your day. I don't know what you catch.
Do you want me to find a chart?
Sure.
Soap cost a copper piece.
Apparently that's too much for some people.
I'm frugal.
I mean, it costs more than
It's,
finding
again,
a
more
source
than
of
water.
water.
That's the point. You don't.
He's
see,
like, it's the principle of the
it's
thing.
yeah. It's not the price. It's the principle.
Regardless of the fact that Big Man's axe costs 450 gold.
Yeah, but that's more useful. Like I can't
So
defend
is
myself
soap.
with a bar of soap.
No, but the pretty lady at the front desk smiles when I use soap.
Fair.
So, purpose.
Unless I'm standing over about a couple extra feet away, I can't see the pretty lady smiling.
You could get on the stool.
It helps.
It does help.
It is true.
Hey, I love that swamp's a biome.
It just seems demeaning. I'd let the tall people do some of the talking to that. And less work for me to do.
But I like talking.
I can tell.
I kind of want to be. I kind of want to find the sturge, but I don't think they swim.
So,
The
yeah,
sturge.
and then so while you guys are doing that, Pavel, after watching the train wreck that was the town guards,
Oh,
has
Yeah, they're
decided
pretty
to
train
go
wrecky.
over and personally train them on how to be proper guards.
you stand like this. You look menacingly.
Doesn't go very well.
Like
He's
Madison?
fairly large and intimidating, and he's not very good with people. Well, I mean, he's not bad with people actually, but he's just kind of a little overbearing. His problem is that he's not like the brightest bulb in the tool shed. So like,
What are your bulls doing in your tool shed? I could get bit by one of these things.
sure.
It's
Yum,
pretty.
Yum, yum. How big is it?
Let me look up giant salamanders in
So
the real
he
world.
spends a lot of his time, like saying something, and then turning to his bird, asking it a question.
What's up, Bourbon?
So,
And the
Average
bird
length.
will either say yes
Oh,
or no.
average weight.
oh.
They're small sized creatures.
That's what?
So
Well,
it doesn't
okay,
it doesn't
yeah.
exist in Pathfinder. So I looked it up in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a giant salamander.
It's
Okay.
it's longer than I am tall.
I pulled a halfling sized salamander out of a hole. I don't know if you're supposed to eat me, but please stop.
This could have been trouble.
Well, that's a good perspective. That's one next to a frog.
Fair enough.
Hey, it's just like our party comp.
Interesting.
In this current stream?
It's kind of a
Awesome.
yeah. Sounds about right. That's definitely happening.
Huh.
Hey, do you have a link we could follow?
Cool.
Yeah, that's real. Anyway,
Yeah.
It's like I doubt that's how they would come.
No, we'd just be off.
Okay.
We don't get warning.
yeah,
The stream will be turned off, and then the not so little party would get an alert like, "Hey, this is why we turned you off."
yeah. That's usually how that works.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, they never need an underscore because they're Twitch.
Mhm.
The company would have a randomly generated name that looks very similar to just garbage. And it'd be an automated bot message.
I've really been disappointed at the quality of the trolls lately.
yeah,
I mean, we had some good ones for a while.
it's true.
That is true.
I mean, being called nerds is pretty boring now.
It is.
Like-
well, I mean, to be fair, that wasn't very exciting right from the get go. It was just
No.
kind of really easy. Oh,
Good perspective.
Giant salamander.
There you go.
Yeah, it's definitely 3 to 4 feet long. That's for sure.
That is a big salamander.
The big boy.
So,
Big boy. Does he get any salamanders?
yeah, I guess that one.
Sweet.
Gonna ask the guy. I'm gonna go find the when it's still on my arm. I'm gonna grab onto whatever's inside it and walk up to the the guy who gave us the mission. And be like, can you eat these?
Can you eat these?
Well, I suppose you probably could. You might want to watch out in case it's poisonous.
Who would I ask if it's poisonous? I mean, you gotta get food around here.
Yes, we usually have that
Wiggle.
brought in.
Huh.
Like I said, we don't have very many trackers, so we don't hunt.
Yeah, I have knowledge nature.
There you go.
Sure, you could roll and see.
16.
I mean, it's probably not a CR6 monster
Probably not. No.
at all.
No, it turns out you have no idea.
You probably shouldn't eat it.
Oh. Nice. Hey, you guys have been using like racial slurs.
No. This requires a picture. I'm gonna save this forever.
Oh, that's so good. That is so
Oh,
good.
fuck. That is fucking beautiful. Oh, that is golden. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Thank
That
you,
was...
Sam. That was beautiful. That's definitely what we needed.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, I needed to laugh today. Oh, Jesus.
So with
Welcome
a
in,
successful
Sam.
16. So while yes, these salamanders are in fact venomous, you with the proper preparation you could extract. You could just cut out the venom gland and probably safely prepare it. It would take someone with enough skill in knowing how to cook to probably do it.
Oh.
But it can be done. Eating it right now as it is, though, probably a bad idea.
I'm gonna put it back. There, little guy. He'll go back soon.
It's a handsome creature.
I'm just gonna put my hand in the water and wait. Let go. Anytime you're ready.
My hand's not food.
Wiggle. There was a network error. Please try again.
As soon as you put your hand back in the water, it jumps off.
Good boy.
Alright, so the plan is to wait until nightfall.
Waddle.
You guys do all this. Finally,
To the very next day.
night comes. How would you guys like to prepare? They do have some firewood. You could set up a perimeter.
We set the town on fire.
Wait, no, hold on. That's not. I don't think that's what they want us to do.
That's what we were...
Tormund, I don't think that's a good idea.
And then the monster
at all.
won't show up.
I don't think that solves the
No,
problem.
but I hate to be that guy, but if the monster doesn't show up, we can't slay
Kill
it to get the contract complete. And I'd rather we get the contract complete.
It's true. The contract...
It's very important.
Sorry, buddy. No burning down the village.
The contract was definitely not a demolition job.
No.
One of these days, I promise.
I think we were here to prevent
One of these days you promise what?
That he gets to burn down a village.
Oh,
I don't think that's something...
why
that
do we
the
want to
guild
burn down a
normally-
village?
What if it's full of bad guys? Or it saves people? You never know. He just
Next
likes
time
fire.
on Side Quest Inc. We have a quest to burn down a village. I told you.
I promised you, my little pet.
Promise.
So what if I use my money from the last quest to pay for this quest to be existing?
we get there. So where's the quest giver?
He left a dead drop right there. Please burn the town. We'll give you money. Full of bad people. Go, Ferris, go.
We are but innocent farmers. Whoa!
They're spies. Spies, I tell you. So, I'm gonna set up camp comfortably close to the swamp.
Sure.
Not so close the ground's kind of squishy, but in between the camp or the town and the swamp.
Sure. So you guys are just gonna set out camp in between the town and the swamp. And
Yeah, just kinda
take
hang out.
watches and see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty much.
sure. In that case, who's going to take first watch?
Ooh.
Okay. Go ahead, sir, and roll me a perception check.
8.
I hate you.
So your watch.
Wait.
Ends...
Burp. Oh, hey, you actually might have wisdom. Nope, 15.
And he says to the man,
So your watch ends
understand.
fairly
Hey.
uneventfully.
Okay.
Who is next?
Me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
8.
Says your pattern here.
Your watch also ends fairly uneventfully.
Ferris doesn't have stats, but I make Ferris wake up when I do.
Wait, I got you.
Does Ferris have? Please let me know, Ferris. He can choose not to say anything. That's all on him. But I want to see if he notices bad things.
Sure, go ahead and roll it.
Well, with his minusmal wisdom, I will say he has full ranks. Full ranks. So it's a +6, so 24.
I don't understand Ferris yet.
A 24?
Yeah. I really hope it finds nothing. It finds something Mitch and I get to mime. I'm not ready for miming. I can't wait to get to level 3 and take 1 rank in linguistics.
Is that level 2? Oh, you get more skill points.
No,
never
because I
mind.
didn't get any more skill points. Because warrior and fighter have the same amount per level.
Of course.
Oh fuck.
So, let's see. On a 24 second watch, so he does spot some movement in the middle of town, and he kind of goes up to you, like just kind of like punch you a couple times in like the arm and starts pointing. Yeah.
What?
There, Kurt. Forget. Over.
Let's go. I'm gonna just walk to where he's pointing.
Yeah.
We got. Here you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So you both go out there.
Bring my axe and walk on over.
And go ahead and roll for me a stealth check. One for you, and I'll roll the one for your kobold buddy.
Don't worry, Cobalt Buddy has a +7 to stealth.
Like, they see him.
I rolled an 8.
Like, they see you,
So-
but they see a chain leading to nothing.
Basically. So kobold rolled a nat 19 plus 7 is a 26.
Solid.
So silent as the night goes the kobold.
Thud,
And you go
chain.
thud, 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 thud.
Low.
Hello.
Does anyone here?
And as you do,
Better not be knocking over any buildings.
you see a four-legged creature,
Oh.
about medium-sized,
It's the Salamander's dad.
It's a large dog.
with
Kill it.
what looks to be a bag of supplies in its mouth, looks
Ooh.
up, and just bolts out of town.
How long does it take you to take off your armor?
I think like
What kind of armor do you have?
like a minute.
Medium. I have Lamilar.
I think.
Yeah, it's almost
like
like
a
a
minute.
minute.
To remove it?
Yeah. Also, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can see what it is.
16.
Yeah. With a 16, it seemed sort of horse-like, but smaller.
Damn it.
It's a
I mean, I'm gonna try and get a good look at it, and I'm gonna chase after it to no avail. Does it go into the swamp?
It does. You follow it as long as you can. You see, last you see it, it's going towards the swamp.
Okay. I'm gonna stop where I, make contact with it, and I'm gonna pick some rocks. I'll make an arrow. So I know exactly the direction it went in. And I'm gonna go back to camp. Be like, hey, hey, wake up.
Yes?
I
Yes.
saw a four-legged thing. It stole supplies and ran into the swamp.
Oh. Well, that doesn't sound
Well, we should go
like
find
what
some
was
tracks.
explained at
Yes.
all. But
Nope.
interesting.
I wanted to say hi, but then it ran away. It didn't even try to find me. It just ran away.
Huh.
Doesn't sound like a building-breaking monster to me. But
Do we want to leave someone here to look out for a building-breaking monster?
Who would stay behind?
all I know is, I take off my armor. I'm not wearing this in a swamp.
Seems wise.
Takes off shirt. Okay. That's axe. This is heavy enough.
I'm sure it is.
I suppose no one will think. We should have somebody from the town watch. What about those guards
Oh.
that you trained?
I will go look for a different two.
I take it that they didn't do so well.
They
They
seem
need
kind of scary.
lots more training.
Understandable. They seem to be in a sad state.
They did explain that they did not come out with anyone particularly suited to guard, so they're doing the best they can.
They seemed well intentioned.
Ooh,
All
I should write a letter
all
back
the
to Dad.
able-bodied are in construction.
Well, we should have somebody watch just in case while we pursue this other.
Sure. I will go see if there's any guard awake at the minute.
Excellent. I shall go look for those tracks.
Okay. So Pavel goes out for that, and you, if you want to go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can find some tracks.
That is important first select.
Nice.
what's on?
So then,
That's 9.
so you don't find any tracks per se, but as you're walking around towards the swamp,
Do I find this
you
arrow?
do spot on the ground an arrow made of stones.
Kind of hope so.
I guess it went that away.
So yeah, now you have a generic idea of where to go.
Can I make another check for tracks now that I have an idea?
Would you like to head out on your own to see if you can find some tracks in like the close-up swampy area, or do you want to wait for Pavel to come back and you all to head out?
I suppose I'll wait.
Okay. And about 10 minutes later, Pavel comes back with, in fact, the two young lads that were guarding the entrance earlier today. And he says, well, I couldn't find where the other ones were bunked. So I found these two, and they will keep an eye out for any building-smashing monsters that may come to smash buildings.
Excellent work, boys. If you see them, yell. Really loud.
All right.
Like
are you
to
guys
wake
gonna be
people
able
up.
to hear? Oh, you mean the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wake up the town. That makes sense.
Mm.
I was gonna say like you guys are going pretty far away. I didn't think you were gonna be able to
But
hear us
if you
for,
yell
like-
loud enough, I might be able to hear you.
I appreciate, though, that you have thought through it. Progress.
Right. Okay. Well, we will do our best. And they both kind of like put up a salute. One of them still has the sword in his hand. He kind of hits his forehead with the hilt. He goes, "Oh,
Don't do that,
Oh,
friend. It hurts.
right. Yep. Yeah. You don't have to tell me."
That's why I don't use swords.
If small size gear is half as heavy, does large size gear double heavy?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, my axe weighs 50 pounds.
Woo-wee.
Good thing you strong, boy.
Getting hit with
That weighs more than me.
suck.
I could wield a halfling.
I mean, yes. Is that really saying much? Ow. Ow. Ow!
It doesn't have the same
Stop that.
rigidity, so it's gonna actually be rather awkward. And shot put. And
I'm unconscious.
There was the orc shot putter. in
we
3
have
3 5.
invented
That sounds
Aspen
familiar.
toss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that weapon.
Yeah, it was the orc shot put. It was literally a shot
Silly.
put that you threw at people.
Alright, so now that you have everybody, we have William can create a light source of some kind if you guys need it.
I can't.
Okay, so you've got 2 sources of light. I'm going to need you to make a new survival check. Anyone, I guess, our resident tracker here, don't roll a 1. That is not a 1.
It's not a 1. That's better. So that's 14.
14. You do manage to find some tracks that seem to be made from a 4-legged hooved animal.
Ooh, odd for a swamp.
If it behooves you.
Very, very odd for a swamp.
Is that Brandino?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
there is a Brandino.
Practice send early?
No, but I gotta go to bed.
Okay.
Good night.
Night, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Alright.
Good to see you. Can I roll like a knowledge nature to see if I can identify anything based on these tracks?
Sure, go ahead.
Yay! We'll try a different dice this time. I mean, it's at least just again not a 1.
That does
That's
help.
10.
With a 10.
Do you have ranks in knowledge nature?
I do.
And an 8 only got you a 10?
That was a 5.
That was
Oh.
a 5, yeah.
I saw an 8 and I was like, wait, what?
No.
2 plus in class
You didn't know
is
he bought
5.
you didn't know he bought it with like a 7 or so int?
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah, so,
like I said, I rolled with the gold die instead of the.
so you can't tell anything particular, but it's probably looks to be some sort of like pack animal, like a pack mule or like a
Interesting.
horse or something like that.
Strange, but it was out stealing supplies on its own volition.
Ursia could steal it for fullness.
True, but he's not a donkey.
He's good at take shiny.
That seems to be a standard feature of his kind.
Racist.
Hey,
Sorry.
we've already
Racist.
gotten reports for that kind of stuff, guys.
Yeah.
We can't keep
No
doing
racial
this.
profiling on the kobolds. That's frowned upon here.
Don't even get me started about
Ooh.
goblins.
I mean, I'm
We
kind of
should really start thinking
role
about
play.
what we're gonna do about like the War of the Races if we're gonna keep.
Oh, War of the Race is incredibly racist.
It is very much so.
Hey, horse bike tooth.
It's Tusk Tooth. Thank you.
Tusk
very much.
tooth.
Wow, how dare I mess up a slur?
What are you, racist? That's what they're called tusk tooths. If you mess it up, it's derogatory.
Like, is that more or less
No,
racist?
that is just what everybody calls them. I just thought this is what they were called.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a gnome, and he's a Tusk Tooth.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. And you know, like I just go around saying human and gnome all the time, so this is clearly not its own separate thing.
Yeah.
No, trust
He's a quarterling.
Yeah.
Anywho. So yeah, with that nature check, you don't get a whole lot. You just know that it's a
Double.
4-legged hooved animal.
He has gestures.
So 4 legs and hooves.
Hooves.
If it behooves you, continue to follow these tracks.
Perfect.
But also, let's fight second and ask questions first.
I completely agree. This seems like a poor place to
If they
fight.
don't like questions, then you punch them in the face,
Oh.
Okay.
and then
Seems
you
fair.
ask more questions.
Dude, the impeachment hearings would be so much more badass.
Oh my gosh.
I'd rather.
what
do you
feel about this? I don't want to tell you. So, how do you
What
say?
do you feel about this? Hey, based on these CIA documents, we heard waterboarding is supposedly effective, according to you guys.
I mean,
Correct.
depends
We
on your
falsified the
definition of
supports.
effective.
Good at like.
Gets in the
It's-
information they want.
It's
Nope.
effective. Well, it gives them the information they want usually. just not the information that they need to make an appropriate decision.
It gets you the information that makes you stop.
Yes.
Because that guy doesn't want it.
Because then you stop. Otherwise, you keep going.
Exactly. It just might not be the information you actually wanted. Or
So we
true
follow the
information.
tracks, Luna.
Yeah, and Luna, would you like to tell them what they find at the end of the tracks?
Nope.
No, apparently she is not interested. I also did not really fill her in on any of the details for tonight, so
Not to mention,
She
she's
probably
You
doesn't
didn't
know.
Tell her, otherwise she would be happy to go DM with you.
yeah, it's my bad.
No,
we also didn't put the points into linguistics to understand.
I mean, I had all the time in the world to prepare for this. Definitely not like an hour, of which half an hour of that I was still at work.
Yeah, I meant to do it on my lunch break, but I was immediately going to Starbucks.
Fair.
'Cause everyone took lunch at the same time.
Oh.
It's weird. And I said, hey, you want to go to Starbucks? Then one person said yes.
Hey now. Hey
Only one person said yes.
Yeah.
Weird.
Actually, I even said, do you guys want anything from Starbucks? We're going to go.
And they
Come
still
with
said no.
if you want. And they said no. I offered to buy people free Starbucks, and they said no. I'm good.
Huh.
Right? Fucking.
That's
these
kinda weird.
aliens. Why don't we need
So I'm trying to remember. Your last survival check to follow the tracks was did you get a 16?
16 was the number I had in my head.
I think it was a 16.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to follow these tracks pretty deep into the swamp.
Perfect.
You with a 16 also you're able to kind of keep an eye on where the best footing would be. So you guys aren't just like falling thigh and or chest high into deep puddles of water, depending on your
That's why
appropriate
I'm on
sizing.
burp.
I recommend you step where I step, friends. I shall seek to find a good footing.
I'm on burp.
He is usually very good at this sort of thing, so I will trust him today. Tonight?
Today?
Tonight.
Do you not always trust him?
I usually do.
Oh, okay.
Usually let me know this. Did you take the mount feature for your burp?
Not yet, but it actually just means there's a penalty. Basically, if I have a mount in combat,
Did you make any red check?
there's a penalty to make right checks.
So as
So
you
if
guys are
anything
going,
happens, I'm probably falling off. But
the foliage and the trees start to get denser and denser. It starts to get darker and darker.
Damien Darker?
Damien darker.
Look at this foot action.
So,
So
and
you're
as you
like
guys are
pulling you
trudging through, I'm going to need you all to make perception checks.
guys, we said I'm really good at this. I got 4.
Got 12.
Hey, that's
Burp
good.
got it. 12.
Finally, into the tens. 16 on the dice. That's 24 for me.
24, that is pretty good. Well, you add -2, so that's...
Seriously, guys, I am actually
Not
sometimes good at these.
You add that's a negative number.
Good old Pavel.
He was too busy.
Oh, you
with
had a
it.
positive number. So, as you guys are going along, both you and William kind of spot kind of an oddity. Kind of set off to the right. You guys spot like a wooden plank with a bunch of like. It's been like covered in overgrowth, and it's posted into the ground. William will go over, kind of shine his light on it, kind of like wipe away some of the overgrowth. And you see that it is a sign. Does anybody read giant?
No, because I haven't had a chance to take the list.
No.
Wait. Yes. Yes, I do. I have an intelligence of 1. I take giant. Ta-da!
So,
Woo! Luna! I do speak giant.
First-
Like mama.
what everybody else sees is a bunch of like essentially like cave lettering, not very elegant or intricate, and it seems like it was kind of like dug into the wood with some sort of sharp object, and also a very crude depiction of a face with like a couple of ears and a snarling mouth.
Wait, like more than 2?
And Tormund is able to read it, and it is a sign that says, "Beware of ogre."
Oh, great.
Stay out of my swamp. Oh, I'm really sad to say this.
Terra Donkey.
Stay out of my swamp. My swamp. Hey, nature boy, you want to roll a knowledge of nature for a swamp? For a stay out of my swamp. Beware, ogre.
We're not getting fucked, but there might be some Shreks.
So, Spencer, would you like to roll a knowledge of nature as I tell you that this says beware, ogre?
Sure. Oh, hey, look, 19 on the day.
Woo!
That's a 24.
Oh, yeah, that's you know a lot about ogres.
Considering they're CR3?
Yeah.
I looked them up 3 days ago.
Nice.
As when I was in the conversation, someone mentioned throwing an ogre at a CR at a 4th level party or third level party, having a terrible DM throw an ogre to 3rd level party, and I was like, well, in my system, that's normal.
Yeah.
Don't know about you. I
That's
looked it
how
up.
it's
I
supposed
looked
to
it up for 5e, and it was a challenge rating 2 monster. They're just humanoids with just that are bigger. They're like they don't have any special like abilities, or they're no training. They're just a people, but they're like 10 feet tall. So they're not a 1, they're a 2. And I'm like, nah, that sounded appropriate, bro. Same. So the one guy I was talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You can see like some recurring themes of ignorance here that made me want to argue with him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of like
I was like, no, you have this like insanely biased opinion about what is right, and you don't want to talk about it.
no.
Like that horrible DM that threw an ogre at a CR2 party. How dare he?
Weird. He paid
Wow, it
attention
might have
to the
hurt them.
CR of monsters and threw it at a level equivalent party.
Yeah,
Crazy.
something like that.
God forbid that like he matches numbers together and says that's probably going to work out just fine.
Oh, shucks.
We never do
Everyone
get the Lord's
knows
name.
that
Oh,
everyone knows that if you
we
just
didn't.
if you don't throw under leveled encounters at your party, they're not going to feel badass.
Yeah.
And so the game's no fun if they're fighting something challenging.
If they have to struggle, what's the point?
Right.
Because you never have to struggle in real life. Everything's a
Exactly.
breeze.
Anyway.
I struggle on a regular basis now to not yell at people.
Well,
I had a conversation with one of my old crew, like one of the people who's been there since I've been, like as long as I've been there.
Mhm.
And she was like, yeah, a lot of new people find you intimidating. And I was like, God damn it. Why? Because I expect them to do their fucking job.
Apparently that's intimidating us.
I also don't hang out with anybody. Like, all the servers go out for like a half hour as soon as dinner service is over. Because we're waiting for everybody to like finish. The way we run is like dinner's over, we stop serving food, then they have to wait for everybody to fuck off. Because we don't need to kick
gotcha,
anybody
yeah.
out. So like, hey, they all have dessert, and we're just waiting for them to finish eating their dessert and leave. So they take like a half an hour break after dinner service, and I never hang out.
Sorry, kiddos. Now you're waiting for people to like leave so you can finish doing your job, but my job's done. I want to go home.
It's real far drive, so
Yeah, it's a really long drive. I just want to get it over with.
you should tell people that next time they ask you why not.
But I've tried to speak softer and less aggressively towards the newbies because they're all 18, and I scared them. It's
That's
really
fair.
awkward. I go from like, You piece of fucking shit. Everything's your goddamn fault. Nobody fucking loves you. You're the reason why Mums killed himself.
Whew.
And I turned to the servers. I'm like, okay, so what you did here was you accidentally sent this to the wrong table, but based off the seats, I was able to assume that it was one section over. Just pay attention to that next time. I'm like, fuck, I feel like Gordon Ramsay. What are you? It's okay, son. You'll do better next time.
So it's Hell's Kitchen versus Master Chef Kids.
That's my life. That's my life. now.
Just you beautiful angel.
You can do this.
Oh my
Ooh.
Hello. Is that I honestly thought that's a Snickers bar and got excited.
Oh. Dude,
That said thick.
that's obviously a thick bar.
I wanted to be a Snickers. I'm fat.
Well,
Snickers sounded good.
that's thicker than a Snicker, though.
Thicker than a Snicker.
It's a Thickers bar.
That's a line in a song.
Thicker.
It is.
Thickers bar. That just sounds like you have a speech impediment and trying to say Snickers.
Can I do a
It's one of them Thickers bars. I'll take 3 Thickers bars, please.
Daffy Duck ordering a Fluffer and Thuckatash. All I want is a Thickers bar. Can you not get me a Thickers bar? What kind of song is this? This is just plain rude.
Wabbit season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season. Duck season. Fire. Oh gosh. I think we just broke out so low.
Yeah.
Oh, I broke at work the other day.
Oh yeah.
So I have a coworker named Catherine, and my favorite thing to do is scare the shit out of her because she never gets used to it. She always gives good reactions, and it makes me happy.
Fair.
I can be like, "Hi, how you doing?" Just slightly raise my voice, and she jumps.
Oh gosh,
Exactly.
I totally know.
So
what you're talking
I
about.
did that, and then I had to put something away, so I kept following her back to server side. And I was like, "Hey, you better believe I'm gonna scare you again." And I gave her a butter chip because I was putting the butter chips away. And then I walked, so she's standing this way, she's standing here, facing that way, and she kind of throws it behind her, hit me. She told me I was trying to hit you in the head. I was hoping I'd just throw it back and hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking home this container, and all of a sudden I just see this butter chip go, and I'm like, what the fuck? She's no look, tossed it over her shoulder, and it went into this 6x6 container, and my entire world broke. I was like, no. And I said no about 35 times. While every server was like, oh my god, Catherine, you just blindly threw it over your shoulder, it landed in the container, oh my god. And I'm like, no. I put it away, and I was like, nope. And I walked back to where I was going, I was like, nope. That didn't happen.
No.
Because if she was looking at the container, she would have missed.
Right.
I was a foot and a half from her. She would have missed.
Mm-hmm.
But she wasn't looking. She made it. No.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Also, every troll we've had tonight has made us laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the best night of trolls.
Hell yeah.
You guys are
super
fucking beautiful.
I'm super happy.
We love it.
We are so lucky with trolls. They're so beautiful. They're just wonderful creatures.
Dude, they're kind of like how you're treating the kobold. It's just like, oh, look at the adorable little monster.
Look at
You're
you.
gonna bite my face off. You're so cute.
Oh, it makes my heart happy.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm gonna come in here and terrorize. And we're like, aw, boop. You poke a belly.
Poke your belly.
Boop.
Your existence and appearance makes us feel validated instead of shamed.
I do feel validated.
Like, look, people are coming
Hey,
to with us.
I was gonna say, on a purely number side, our viewer count goes up every time someone new shows up. So I'm not upset.
Yeah, I'm usually okay with that.
But
That's a
also,
really good point.
I get to laugh and smile every time one of them comes in. My face hurts. I've been smiling too much today. I'm a sad person. You can't do this to me.
Apparently they can.
Apparently they can't.
Get this man a Thickers bar.
Oh, Thickers for
On that note, we should probably get back to this very serious session.
this
Very,
very
very
serious.
serious.
We're hunting whales.
Beware of Oak.
We have to go help Lord Farquaad. I
Be
need some
very,
pretty guy
very
and a horse.
quiet.
You didn't
We're
ask his
hunting
name.
wabbits.
That's I corrected
Pointed that
myself.
out.
My apologies.
I forgot.
And it was short duo. Thank you very much.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Planet anymore. Planet anymore. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I'm sorry, could you
So
say that
I'm
again?
going away.
He was Lord Short Duo.
It wasn't a far quad. It was a short duo. Hello, boys and girls. We hunt for Snickers bar at Fort Duo's village. So, what's next?
I did not know that me whistling Star was gonna be so on point.
No, when you did that, like a part of me was like, "Don't react. Don't react. Don't do it."
We also didn't ask what the name of the town was.
Nope.
He didn't.
It's okay. It didn't have a name yet.
Because
And it was partly because it's a town being built, and partly because Mitch didn't give it a name yet.
It's the perfect place.
It's the good place.
I mean, it could be a Kowloon.
Is everything built like really tall?
No, actually.
Don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
We need a giant beer keg for that.
I mean, there's some little beer cakes.
Yeah, right here.
What are we gonna do with those?
So,
Drink them. We have to be committed to drinking an entire mini keg in a night, though. Because it'll go flat like that.
That's true. That will.
I'm down.
I think we can make this happen.
We could.
You want to drink an entire mini keg or
I mean, maybe not tonight. but
2 on Wednesday?
Sure.
I mean, how many do we have? 4?
But also, I'm down to do it tonight.
I'm also down to do it.
I drink liquor before beer. I'm in the clear.
Don't work tomorrow. It's fine.
Neither do I.
Oh,
And
do.
I was going to have a flight to go to at 10, but apparently that got canceled because of some sort of snowstorm in Denver, Colorado. It's only like 6 inches plus.
We have a winter storm coming in
Um,
tomorrow night.
But anyway,
We might want to turn on the heater.
I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly what it was, but it was
Okay.
it was.
I would hope it's more than that. I was like, Denver?
It doesn't even get snow,
Denver.
but it's still gonna get real.
You
chilly.
get snow.
What is Karen
It
Park's
was-
elevation?
I don't know. I just know that the flight got
1500?
canceled, so we now have a new flight. At
I saw the map.
5:30
I think it's
a.m.
possible we'll get like 1 to 2
on
inches.
Wednesday.
1200. It's like that seems a little high.
3,000 get snow for 100%.
But hey, it was
We'll get snow.
It was fine.
So we're at 1198.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah.
So we're at 12, so we're nowhere near getting snow.
Mhm.
We'll get rain, though.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to be good.
It's going to be windy and rainy.
Yeah, it was windy today. It was weird. I walked
It was
out.
whipping.
My coworkers came in like before I left. Like, gosh, it's so windy out. It's like, oh,
I don't know if you've been to the
exaggerating.
clubhouse at Ponte,
It's windy.
but you've definitely been to memory care. But by the clubhouse, there are palm trees around the pool, and they weren't. They were doing like this. That wind got whipping at some
It
point.
was,
Yeah.
it was
Because
real
especially
strong
because
for a while.
Ponte's up on the hill.
Yeah.
Like the only thing breaking the wind by Ponte is the buildings that happen to be near Ponte.
Fair.
Whipping.
I
So we
like that
follow.
buildings.
Is there an actual trail that leads to maybe a giant stump turned cottage?
Is there a boulder?
So
That's a nice boulder.
as you're going,
I smell waffles.
oddly enough, as you're walking, it's not really a path per se, but there's definitely an easy way to get through at this point.
There's a well
There
worked.
is in fact a boulder.
That's a nice.
I
Sorry.
like that boulder.
That's a nice boulder.
I like that.
I like that boulder.
Nice boulder.
And eventually, you guys see some light coming out through the trees.
Whoa.
Do you guys want to quietly approach, or are you going to continue as you have been?
Guys are going to be sneaky. Perhaps our friend should.
You can hide. I'm gonna go say hello.
Well,
It's like a distant cousin. Don't worry.
I can't stop him. So let's go.
Sorry, it's more like
Yeah.
I can't
But
stop
one
him.
hand.
I think you do have like one finger. Oh yeah. I'm like duh.
So, as you guys approach, you find a fairly good-sized clearing set in the trees. You find in that clearing 2 buildings. One off to the right is like a 10-foot by 10-foot small little building, about probably 12, 13 feet tall, with a moon in like at the door. And you also see what looks to be like a nice cottage set up on the other side, with the with windows, and through the windows you can see flickering firelight. How would you like to proceed?
I'm gonna go to the smallest building first. Because clearly the larger one is occupied.
I hope the little one's not occupied.
As you walk towards the smaller building, it is rancid. It smells just awful.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm not following you.
No,
I'm not following you.
know what that is. Feel free to hide, little buddy.
No.
This guy's a stinker. And I'll walk up to the front door and go,
And you hear like a and as you knock, you hear like a loud and you hear a like, donkey, did someone follow you?
I'm gonna say common. His friend's name is Donkey. I'm gonna shout hello in giant.
Okay. Eventually, the door opens, kind of carefully for a second, and you see a fairly large man wearing very simple clothing.
But wait, do you have a
but
picture
large.
of this ogre?
Could we acquire a picture of this
No,
individual?
but this is his model.
Oh.
Say hello to Shrek.
Sure.
And contrary to how silly this has been, he is very much not green with weird spindly ear stalks.
I believe on the side, sir.
Either way,
Does it look like that?
is that
Oh.
a Pathfinder ogre?
No.
It looks like a Pathfinder ogre.
A marsh giant? As I was
Oh.
hoping.
Sounds terrifying.
We would have been
I mean, yeah, it's a way higher CR.
Yeah.
A marsh giant is a CR 8.
Oof.
Yeah, you don't want to fight that.
He picks Austin's character up and just eats him.
No.
Rain.
You don't eat family.
We're having the family over for dinner.
Yeah, it looks like this-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the ogres get really weird looking.
Opens the door. What you want in my swamp?
He kind of looks like if Shrek turned human, but not as pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna speak to him in giant. We were hired by the town back there to kill monsters that are smashing buildings. Are you smashing buildings, sir?
I have. It's not my fault. They're encroaching on my swamp. This my land.
Uh-huh.
They take my trees.
That's true.
They disturb my peace.
That's true.
I just want them gone. But they won't leave.
So I'll turn to you guys, and I'll tell you, I'll come back to him. I am Tormund. You are...
Shrek.
Okay, so I'll turn to you guys, and I'm like, Shrek here, it's a swamp. And they're stealing his trees, and they're taking his territory, and he's not happy about it.
That makes perfect sense.
I mean, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. But I would like to point out, that the contract does say slay the monster.
Okay.
So, again, I would like to mention that should probably happen. By the way, he doesn't know common, does he?
I don't.
I don't know.
You know, the ogres do not speak common.
Cool. Then no, he doesn't understand us. We're just
Great.
Yes, I do.
They put a point in linguistics.
Run!
I'll turn to him.
Where else did he put his point?
And I'll
Everything.
inquire. Is there any possibility of you living in harmony with the?
One of the things
The
I know
humans
is
over there.
wrong.
Oh, this my swamp. Me here first.
Yeah, you can get neighbors. Neighbors, okay.
Hmm.
Hey, what do you even eat in a swamp?
Salamanders.
Salamander, frog,
Hmm.
crocodile.
Eyeballs on toast. Squeeze the jelly from your eyes. It's quite good on toast.
Love me some sclera.
Toast is new acquisition from town.
Well, yeah, if the town stays there, you get more toast. There's some good things.
Toast, not good.
Toast good.
Toast, not good.
But you're baking your baked bread.
Yeah, twice baked. Yep. You ever know with a potato?
Twice baked. Yes. Change your life.
You bake a potato.
Yeah.
Take it out. Then you scoop out the insides. And you mash it up with milk and salt and pepper. You put it back in. You bake it again.
Whoa.
Twice baked.
Well, I was going to be baked twice.
So, I'm going to need you to not be in my swamp.
So we took out a mission, and if we don't do it, that little guy gets sick.
Okay.
So
How's that Shrek's problem? You leave my swamp. That is Shrek's problem.
well, they're not gonna leave your swamp.
I don't
We'll
know what
point
they're
way off
saying.
towards town.
They will eventually leave
What are
my
you
swamp.
guys saying?
No. The guy in charge,
I don't think it's gonna
lots
be
of
that.
money. The money
We should
makes them
step
stay
back.
a long time.
I'm already like a step
And if
back.
we don't find a way to resolve this without you dying, either we
Giant
or
dog is fine.
someone more powerful than us is gonna kill you.
You think you could kill me?
Yes.
I have not heard joke in a long time.
Tormund Giant's
Why does
Bane,
he laugh?
son of Tormund's Giant's Bane,
Don't know.
Half
Tell him
Cloud
Flame
Giant
Joke.
challenges you.
Fancy
got-
titles will get you nowhere.
You got more serious.
Giant to giant. Fight.
Okay,
He looks serious.
if Shrek wins, you leave swamp.
Yes.
If you win, well, I'd be dead.
Yes. So, guys, I challenge Shrek here to a fight to the death. If he wins, you guys gotta fuck off.
Okay.
That's the agreement, little man.
I mean, technically, if you win, then that settles the agreement, yes. Do you think you could take him alone?
We'll find out. If not,
Okay, but
Mama raised a
do,
bitch.
Do you understand that, like, if you go down, none of us can probably bring you back. I mean, we will have to finish it anyway, so I hope there's not too much honor in this fight.
giant duel. Stay out of it. Lots of honor.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess I promise you that I will wait until the completion of your duel.
To leave.
Ooh, I can't promise that one. That is that conflicts very heavily with something that I've already confirmed to do.
Only if I lose. Not gonna lose. But if I do, you gotta promise. Fuck off.
Yeah, we'll leave
Shrek win.
with his head.
Shrek, they're not gonna honor a duel. That one doesn't like to make deals on top of deals. And that one's racist.
That's fine. I smash him first.
Like the way you think, buddy.
And
Wait, why
he,
are you patting his
goes
back?
off to the. He just kind of grabs like a large club from the other side of the door.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll initiative now, so he's going to go ahead and strike at William.
That one doesn't let me know something. That one's racist.
So how can I put like just a grid on here?
Open up a blank. Open up Roll20 and open up a new map, and it should just be a blank white map.
Okay. And then
Also for Quixies,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I figured it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So go
as soon as Brock turns on the TV, just open up Roll20, open up literally any game in existence, and then under the tabs, you can just create new map, and go to it, and it should be a 25 by 25 gridded map.
Hold on, it's not logged in or not signed in.
It should be saved as Barry Tenor.
Oh, that's fair. What
Yeah.
about
Because we say passwords.
Either one works.
boom,
They both have games. You can log into any of them. Scroll it over.
boom, a game.
Can I have Shrek's
game.
figurine? I'm gonna put it over here,
A place.
and then I'll just be the DM's hand and moving Shrek.
Okay. Now, next I have to do what now? Maps. Go here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, use it.
Create new page.
Create new
Yeah.
page, and it will be just a
Yeah,
blank
exactly.
white page. It should have a grid on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then just drag it over. Mouse.
Oh, that's fair. Boom.
Okay. Click the button.
Okay, now I see how this is
Oh.
so hard. I can't.
Click. House.
Sure.
Door.
Okay,
Good enough.
he's there.
And then I get to be in front.
You're in front.
I'm talking here.
William was talking with you.
Where are you?
He's standing back.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Pavio would be standing pretty close.
So you in the back of a group?
Yeah. She's like,
Okay.
he seems big and aggressive.
Okay, so let's roll some initiatives or something.
Oh, we didn't do traits for this game, did we?
I did.
did?
Here, let's do
How many traits?
That is a good question. I didn't do trades.
That's fine.
Fair
The traits are small enough that it's not going to matter too much right now.
That's
Okay.
true. Oh, there's a bowl there.
That's 11 for my initiative.
Okay, just roll your initiative and get. Remember the number. I'm going to ask for them in a second here. I'm going to do initiative cards because I found that has helped me a lot.
I have heard they're pretty helpful. Like you have a deck of those.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're magic card sized.
Almost like I used them primarily at first for proxies and Commander.
Weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
Almost, but not quite.
What was your character's name again?
Mal.
Spence? Mal?
MAO.
So we have Mal.
Why'd you stop? Could have gotten to Drek. No, Drek.
How do you know that's not his full name?
Pavel.
The name's Mal. Mal Drek. Name of the Great Swan. I have to make a character out of that now.
I come as a.
William.
I'm the herald of the Great Swan. You're not a very impressive
And
herald.
what's your character's name again?
Parn.
Parn.
He's growing in influence.
He will be one day. Tolman Giant's Bane, son. Tolman Giant's Bane is not stunned by this.
Son of Torn Giant Bane?
Nope.
Oh.
I have no idea what Tormund Giant's Bane's father's actual name is. As he was abandoned as a youth and raised by giants, which is why he's so big.
Fair enough.
And despite having the name Giant's Bane, he fights side by side with giants.
Okay. So let's roll. So we all rolled initiative.
Yes.
All right. So I need. We'll just go this 10 to 20 or 20 to 25. Anybody 20 to 25? Anybody 15 to 20?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
16.
16.
18.
18. So we have Tormund.
What,
And-
10 to 25 is your range?
This one was 15 to 25.
Okay, cool.
15
And
to
then
25.
And then so, I suppose both William and Pavel should probably roll as well. So William got a not great. So that is, I believe, yeah, that's a 9 for William, and Pavel got 14. So 10 to 15.
So I'm 11.
So then Pavel, and then Mal, and then I'm the only ones left. So those. So since he is starting this off with a strike to William, we will start there.
Mhm.
Shrek is going to get one attack,
One surprise.
one surprise attack on William.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well,
Well, don't start that again.
No, I mean, I'm not that upset. I mean, William Bumble has been a great influence in my life. But also, he wouldn't just respect a duel between Giantkin. That's all I need to do.
I mean, I was going to just start a halfling duel. Involving me
19.
staying very far back and shooting lots of arrows.
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear.
So
that is-
Was he dead or was he just
He's
unconscious?
not dead. He is unconscious.
Oh,
Well, that's
no.
convenient. Oh, did about dang 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 dang.
So,
blue.
technically he still has an issue because he rolls to stabilize on his turn.
Da.
So, after you see Shrek just kind of like, true to his word, smash the halfling in one blow.
Cool.
Tormund, what would you like to do?
Tormund gonna hit him back.
Okay.
So Tormund roll, add 4 to 14, 18.
18 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
10, 18, 24.
All right. He takes that hit. He is.
Tormund's turn.
He takes it like right in the face. He gets like hunches down from the force of the blow. Kind of gets up, jaw busted. You more than talk, huh?
Should have known by weapon.
Next we go to Parn.
50-pound it don't give a fuck. Hi, Parn.
Gonna grab
Ba-ba-da-ba,
half of his
dang,
body
dang,
and like
ding,
slowly
dong,
slide him
dang.
back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here. I'll grab out a potion and give it to him next round.
Sure. Pavel will go, oh, well, that was quite unfortunate, friend. And he'll come over here, tap William on the shoulder, and as he does so, a faint glow appears on his hand in the shape of the holy symbol of Caden Kalen.
Oh.
Not Maldrick the Great Swan.
Not Maldrick the Great Swan.
It's my new goal in
gets
Brock's
back
game is to create
5
like,
hit
to
points.
create an order of clerics of,
So he
an
is-
ideal.
William's now stable.
Hey now.
It's
That's
at
convenient.
-4.
Hey now. You're a swan star.
And Mal, what would you like to do
Elon.
now?
Hey, Mal.
Save.
Wait, I knew joke guy. That was that guy.
I was
I'm that guy.
Move with the wrong character.
yeah, I was like, I was just here. So, you're gonna 5 foot away, further away. Pew, pew. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot.
Sure.
Can I get in the way of this arrow shot?
You are more than welcome to try.
Okay.
I will.
I have.
What you can do. I don't know if there's rules for this in Pathfinder.
Like ignore point blank or the precise shot.
Here's what we'll do. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Oh gosh.
20.
We're gonna say yes. You will take this at it's a -4 penalty.
Yeah.
-4 penalty because he is actively getting in your way.
Giant stool. Giant stool.
And
Giant
if you
stool.
get within 4 of his AC, you will hit Torment.
Giant stool.
So I hope you still hit.
If you miss by 4 or more, you miss by within 4.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Giant stool.
That's a. Oh man, that's 23 to hit.
Okay, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Whew. Now I just have right now a composite short bow that's just masterwork, so I'm not adding any damage to it.
Correct.
It's just
You have a
before.
You have
Composite?
composites. You had your
Yeah.
strength modifier.
Oh, okay. So I get to add my strength modifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So
So long as you paid for the appropriate one, which we will say you did.
so short bow does one.
So D8.
D6. He's small.
Oh, you're small. So yes, a D6 plus your strength modifier for damage.
And that's just compound or composite?
Composite.
It's actually D4.
Oh, because you want a small size short bow.
Oh,
It could be a D6.
short bow. Yeah.
You can pick a
that's-
longbow.
So I can do a composite. Oh, okay. So I
Yeah, you
have
could have used a longbow. instead of
Okay.
a short bow.
so,
So you'll be at a 6.
okay, cool. Works for me then. Okay.
5.
That's 6.
Cool. So it takes Shrek takes 6 points of damage. He's got an arrow sticking out of his shoulder now. He barely notices. We go to William. Stable doesn't have to make a check. Then it takes us back to Shrek. Shrek is going to go ahead and make an attack at you, Tormund, in retribution for the resounding strike that you gave him.
17, my good sir.
He takes a swing and misses.
You knew just what I was there for.
And that'll take us next, I believe, to Tormund.
Okay. And 18 plus, not a lot.
That hits.
22.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
10, 15, 17, 23.
23 points of damage. He kind of was a little disoriented after that last hit to the head. So he kind of swings down awkwardly, and then you bring your axe down,
Comically large axe.
and you like
Comically large.
Yeah, you know what?
My monster hunter.
How do you want to do this, Austin?
So I
'Cause
figured
he's
make an,
dead.
you hit this way the first time,
Mhm.
then I'll, swing back around, narrowly missing it, and finish that X.
Okay.
And then give him an exactly, as close to as we could. The first slash mirrored on the second side, so.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, and he crumples to the ground, dead.
Guess it ain't his swamp anymore.
I'll slowly put my axe away and tie it back and rest in peace, Giantkin.
What about the donkey?
Speaking of which, after the ogre
Oh
falls,
God, no!
a small
Donkey.
kind of walks out from behind. It was like hiding behind a chair inside.
Oh,
Looks at you all.
Are you gonna be his pet too?
the name was literal. Huh?
Yeah. This was his idea.
Hi.
I'm gonna go now. Y'all good?
Or you can hang with us.
No. People usually run into me and they say, "Oh, look, it's a Tonky Donkey. We can get a lot of money for him." I'm just gonna leave.
But
I just killed an ogre.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
I'm in the doorway. Do you really
Runs
want to
the
go
back
through?
door.
Goodbye, talking donkey. If you ever need a friend, look for Tormund.
And the donkey disappears into the night.
Dun dun dun. Second nemesis formed.
And donkey
So now you have successfully ventured into the depths of the swamp and slain the monster that has been plaguing this town.
Time to loot his house. Doon, 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 doon. Hopefully he has some eyeballs. Mom said they make good jam on toast.
There are no eyeballs besides the one inside the ogre's head.
Well, they don't make good jellies.
What you do find
It's like mom and
Are,
dad told me what kind of eyeballs make good
five sacks similar to the sacks that the villagers were using to hold supplies in, mostly like some grains and such.
I'll gather them up, and then I'll grab a hold of that ogre's ankle and start a walking.
Okay.
Banana.
Are you standing yet? Are you standing yet? No. He's not standing yet.
Man, you know, when I heard there was going to be a monster, I thought I was going to have a lot more fun than this.
Flap, help. He can't stand yet. Okay, there we go. Let's go.
Sometimes.
Giant.
Next
Fight
time-
giant. Done.
I will try and remember this and not go on an adventure with Tormund again. He steals all the fun.
No fun in killing Kin. He
Wasn't
met
my
an
kin.
honorable death, though. Glad you didn't hurt him.
No offense, but he's not my kin.
I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna start walking with the unconscious Okay, bye.
Though, to be perfectly honest, if what you said was accurate, we could have. I mean, I would have probably just left him there. Seems kind of rude that some guy would just kind of show up and say, "This is my town," when it already has an occupant. Doesn't seem particularly fair to me.
Life's not fair. Strongest win. Shrek not strongest.
Yeah, that's why it is the job of those who are strong to protect those that are weak from the injustices of the world.
But is the
And
injustice
if one can
Shrek,
make money doing it,
or
it's
is
usually
the
better.
injustice the Lord guy?
Well, clearly the Lord guy,
Why?
because he was here first. This is his land. They're taking resources away from someone who was already living here.
So that individual was not strong enough to protect his own. Therefore, he has
That's
no
what I'm
right
saying.
to
We could have been the ones to protect him, like who true heroes.
it. No. Challenger.
Right? That's how it works.
I mean,
Right? And he looks up to his thrush.
I think so.
Not
and the
hero.
thrush replies with a "Yep."
if we're heroes for hire,
Hey, your bird talks too?
I
the
mean,
actual
kind
Challenger.
of. He kind of knows how to say yes and no, and I've been, kind of using that as some sort of guide. Not really sure how this whole paladin stuff is supposed to work.
Damn it, there's 7.
7.
I'm looking for linguistic traits,
Yeah, I know. I type of using that.
but this one, there are 7. So you start bonus. You start with your regular language plus whatever you get for intelligence, and then one of these.
Mhm.
I was gonna roll for it randomly, but it's D7. Which I don't want to deal with.
Roll a D8 and then reroll
Nope.
8. Okay.
I'm gonna look there's still 14 more traits. If I have to, I'll come back.
Alright. So you guys make it back to town. At this point, we're getting towards early morning. Maybe like 4 or 5-ish. Most people are still asleep. If you guys wait until morning,
Well, I wasn't gonna be rude.
the Lord eventually makes his way out. Spots the large corpse of an ogre sitting in the middle of his town. Ah, you have successfully completed my quest.
Yeah.
I do thank you very much. I believe you are all supposed to get 500 gold pieces each, correct?
Yep.
That's what the paper
Great.
says.
Pay the men. And he kind of looks around. I guess no one's here, so I will grab your money for you.
Good.
Goes
Yeah.
back into his tent and comes back out with 5 bags of gold.
Ooh.
He will give you each one.
I get one.
Thanks.
You're very
By the
welcome.
way, there's still a talking donkey somewhere.
A talking donkey.
Yeah, he said, when I hang out with people like humans, they always say, hey, that's a talking donkey. We made a lot of money. And he ran away.
He's not wrong. Do you know how much money I could make if I had a talking donkey?
Like 7 gold pieces?
Oh, more than that.
Probably a lot. Enough for a donkey to run.
70 gold pieces.
But also,
Why'd you just get 500 gold pieces?
yeah,
Yeah.
Next, we'll be looking for trackers.
we got 500 gold pieces because I fought an ogre. I didn't want to, but I fought an ogre. Hold my axe.
I don't know if I can. I
can't.
can't. Ow! Rude.
I'm gonna take Shrek's body and give him a
Um,
proper giant's burial.
I can't
Pavel
pick up this axe.
takes the sack of gold in his hand. Just kind of drops it on the ground. It's like, I don't need this.
Well, don't.
He didn't earn it. He showed up. I'll be back.
Okay, ow, ow, ow.
And I'm just gonna wander off into the swamp to give Shrek a proper giant's burial.
Sure.
Whatever that is.
Well, in Miles' mind, he shot Shrek at least once.
All right. And that is the end of our swamp monster scenario.
That was fun.
That was special. You might want those back.
Yeah,
So,
definitely want those back.
Well, I know what I was expecting, but I don't think it was that.
You're welcome.
Nobody expects surprise Shrek.
Nope.
Well, now you can tell the high
Surprise.
schoolers next week, guys. Sorry, I coached
Shrek.
Shrek on Monday.
Always expect the unexpected.
I don't like where this is going.
But you should have expected it.
I still don't like it. I don't want to always expect Shrek. This sounds like bad.
If you always sing the swan song, you never have problem. Sing the swan song, you always expect
It's
Shrek.
like, I'm sure I didn't call nothing. Just for fun.
He's in my swamp.
Where are those? That's a nice boulder.
I like that boulder.
I like
Nice
boulders.
Yeah, so do you think Brand ever did it so that the 3D printer would connect to the Wi-Fi?
Nope.
I don't either.
He also hasn't looked at our Wi-Fi and upped the upload speed.
He has not. He really needs to do that.
I've reminded him at least 10 times now.
Yes.
I think so.
And then he claims to have no access to the internet account,
Just doesn't.
which
So
he
bad.
should get access to.
Yeah, how does he not have access to that?
It was an automatic generated password.
Oh.
And
And he
apparently,
didn't, like, call and be like, hey, I need access to my account. What do?
nope. I think several people were here when I told them last time to do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's supposed to do the thing.
I'm about to take. I don't. I shouldn't pay for it. I'm about to take it off the account.
I'm about to say, just cancel your account and make my own goddamn account. Remember the password. I'll have the access, and then we can upload all the uploads.
Yeah,
So I'm tired of waiting 6 hours for one fucking video.
that seems perfectly fair.
Also, so the stream could be a little bit better quality.
We can go up to 1080.
It could be a lot better quality.
We're at 480.
Yeah.
We can go up to 1080.
That is not a
That's a
cheap
1080p
that is a
camera.
nice, decent camera.
This is an $80 camera that I got for a little bit off. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. But for now, the shed is
See what you did
closed. And
Okay, bye, Shed.
good
Bye,
night.
everybody.